did not qualify to PG3 through that PGC point system. Need to perform at this PGS series. Now, the good news for them is the fact that they are essentially tied for first right now with the Freaks at 480 points. So they should go. The problem is winning this PGS gets you 480 points. So you have to really be on your game right now. They have to have, I would say, a middling event, and they are set for PGC. So if you're a Falcons fan, don't stress. There's a chance you miss, but it is very, very, very low. Couple other teams to keep an eye on, though, that could cause problems for them. Number one, Lisa, Team Liquid. They are, I think, a little bit bummed, and as am I, that they didn't get a GPT last year after how well they did at PGC. They dropped the ball at PGS on our first half of the year when they got shot in the back by DraftKings during qualifications and missed a whole lot of practice time. That hurt them at EWC, but I feel like they're back on their game. They look good at PAS. This could very much be their event. The two other teams we sent, Al Qudsiya and Mission Ready International Alliance, are a little more wild cards in my opinion. Both made up of members of the same team once upon a time. If you remember the old Falcons, we got Rello, we got Roth. Snakers helped Mission Ready get here. These guys know what they're doing. The bad news for Mission Ready, Snakers will not be at PGS. He has to work. Good news for Mission Ready, they qualified for PGC already, and Snakers will be there. Should be an exciting event no matter how you slice it. My money's on Falcons and Team Liquid to really stand up and shout for the Americas, but this is my biggest takeaway, Lisa.
Yes, thank you so much, Toby. Thank you for your info. Thank you so much. All right, so we've now heard about every region, and it's time for the big question. Who's going to win the PGS9 and PGS10? So actually, I want each of you to give me your champion predictions. And remember, we've got a friendly bet on the line. Is it cool with everyone?
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Okay, let's go. So maybe we can start from paper then. What is your prediction?
Oh, this is easy. This is a no doubter for me. Okay, second place at both the first PGSs. It's time. It's the DN Freaks. They are gonna win this, no doubt about it. They are ready to roll.
Okay, that is a nice pick. And what about you, Condra?
Well, I think like a lot of people will think that, this team that I have in my hand will take it all, but no, I still think that APAC will be able to secure it. I mean, you take a look at Expendables' run last year, you may say, oh, it's a miracle run. There might be a fluke, but man, they've shown that they're not a fluke because throughout the entire year, including the EWC, they finished 4th, and recently they have been able to really regain some tempo, finishing 2nd in the APAC qualifier. So they really want to solidify it and make a back-to-back run to defend their title.
All right, still stands for APAC, and that is a good trick. All right, so what about you, Claris?
Well, it's nice that everybody's predicted DN Freaks, the Expendables, etc. However, the Kings, the greatest of all times, Twisted Minds, are on the way to take even more PGSs. They're not sharing. They've already got 3 under their belt. The 3-time PGS champions, the EWC champions, the EMEA champions, the greatest of all time, Twisted Minds.
Okay, back to back champions, Twisted Minds. Good.
secure their tickets to PGC 2025. The format remains the same as PGS 7 and 8.
Okay, my
All
microphone's
10 of our
working
global
again.
Partner teams are
Hey,
returning to the PGS
I don't-
stage, along with 14 new challengers from 5 regional series.
I don't know what's happening.
These 24
My
teams
phone
will be
just decided
split
it wasn't
into
gonna
three
work,
groups and
then it
face off
decided it
over
was gonna work.
3 days in the group
Hello,
stage.
Charity. How are you?
Battling through 18
I don't know what's
matches
going on. My
across 4
microphone
iconic
and my
maps.
computer is
The
like,
top 16 teams
you know what?
on the
I don't like
leaderboard
you
will
today,
advance to the
so
final
I'm going
stage.
to
There,
get out of here.
will stake
No?
their claim on the
My microphone- that's what my whole computer's
$300,000
doing.
prize pool for
Don't
each
understand it.
PGS. But only one team will lift the trophy in each PGS with the exclusive 400
Is the game
PGS
too- is
points
this
awarded
music- is
to
this
the
too
PGS
loud?
9 champion and 480 to the PGS
I hope it's not
10
too loud.
champion. Right now, the standings could not be tighter. DN Freaks and Team Falcons tied at the top. BB Team and Twisted Minds locked in third. And just 10 points behind, PGS 7 champions 17 Gaming chasing in fifth. The stage is set for an explosive battle in PGS 9 and 10. How will the leaderboard change after the upcoming PGSs? And who will laugh their way into PGC 2025? PUBG Esports will be back in action in Malaysia for the PUBG Global Series 9 from October 13th to the 19th. And for PGS 10, the final PGS of the year from October 27th through November 2nd. Make sure to stay tuned
All right,
to the
so
PUBG
now,
Esports
is this
website
good?
and
Can you hear
social
me?
media
Everything?
to keep up with everything happening
Ooh.
in PUBG Esports.
I'm gonna assume this is good.
The road to the end begins now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to PGS9. The end of 2025 is upon us, and we have got a lot to talk about before we actually get along that road. My name is Kalaris. Joining me to get things going, I have Mr. Toffees himself. The duo from the Atlantic crossing is here, ready to go for everything that's going to go down here, Toffees, in Malaysia.
In Malaysia, it's no longer just a West showdown. This is everyone getting into the action. We've got young guns coming up that we've never seen before. We've got substitutions that we never expected. It is going to be a wild event, and I'm excited about it.
No, definitely. I think that, as you said, the
on this
young
one?
blood that's coming on through, I think that they see an opportunity here to be able to rival these
That's better.
veterans across the board. They know that the game is constantly ever evolving and ever changing right now, and it's the perfect opportunity for them to step in and try and challenge them here.
I think they've seen some of the
Too many
fabled
wires
teams
going on
drop
over here
the
right
ball
now.
over the
It's
last
on my
2 years, and
nerves.
I've seen a chance to make a move. I'm also hyped.
Yeah.
There's a couple of substitutes like Gats who stepped in for some players that have a really good chance to sort of set a name for themselves as we go into the next season. So some young guns who are also looking to get that next step in their career.
Definitely. But of course, throughout 2025 so far, we've had some great global winners. We've seen as we've had our teams try and challenge for those #1 spots. And it's been some of our usual names, as well as some teams that I thought was going to win an international, and did, and then had a little bit of a slip here and there. But let's talk about first and foremost, 17 Gaming. They won out PGS 7. 7's in their name. They did well.
They had to, right? But this is a team that has been hot and cold for me. They got their PGS 1 win once upon a time, and then a bit of a doldrum, and then we see them kind of make this comeback in 7. Here's my beef with 17. I feel like they get passive, especially at the end of a tournament, and they depend on circles moving towards them. Yes, they get these great fights when they've got 4 alive, but if they get bad luck right out of the gate in the first day, I feel like it becomes a very difficult tournament for 17 to get back
Voice
into.
check.
The
Hello, 1,
recovery
2, 3,
is
4.
not what I'm looking forward to. So look for them. They got to start strong.
And PCL was a little bit of a change for them, of course, as JDG was able to. That's what we'll talk about them a little later on. But as we cast our kind of eye just a little further afield here, we saw that BB Team was able to win at the very end of
Voice check.
PGS
1, 2, 3,
off the
4.
back of not really them involved in this fight per se, but 4AM was instrumental in pretty much shutting down DN Freaks, allowing BB Team to take that tournament.
Imagine being DN Freaks, and the only thing 4AM
Hello,
does in
hello,
this
hello.
tournament
Voice
is
check,
ruins
1,
your
2,
chance to
3,
pass
That's the only
BB
thing they
Team.
did.
Brutal.
For sure. And then, of course, the Esports World Cup,
Legend.
where
Okay,
we
good. I'm glad
had
it's better. What's up,
big
Camaro? How you doing, buddy?
concerns about if Twisted Minds was going to be able to make it happen on international stage again, and they came back swinging. But, Toffees, I should remind the fans out there, this
I don't know
was
what's
the
going on with my
closest
audio.
international
So,
we've
I
ever
woke
had.
up yesterday.
If you
Well,
didn't
okay,
watch
so
EWC and you have
let
free
me
time,
go back
back
to
and
the
watch the grand final.
to the very
Those last
beginning,
3
right?
games were absolutely insane, but that's where
Remember
teams
the
like
other
Twisted
day I
Minds
told you that
thrive,
my-
because they know they have the pedigree, they've got
And my
the
audio,
experience,
not my
they
audio,
can make
my
it work. We were scared. They're coming
my
off
power
the last
had
2
a problem,
PGSs,
right?
It was a little shaky.
but happen
they
to
show
be
this is a team that knows how to
in
win,
this room.
and when they really care, they play out of their minds.
There's a reason I'm picking them.
And when
for
when
these PGSs.
Okay.
when I
We're gonna get
launched my
another
computer
one, a
this
fourth,
morning or
maybe,
yesterday,
for a good old
one of my
Twisted
monitors
Mind.
was not working.
But let's move on and talk about the teams that are kind of looking
So I
forward.
I took that monitor down and put the new monitor up, but I never tried my Go XLR. But now none of my audio, all my audio had to be reworked and retooled this morning. I don't understand.
Working against them here.
I think one of the biggest issues is that point valuation has
I
gone
don't
up
understand
so
what's
much,
going on
right?
with
so
it,
the only thing
to
that's
be
really
honest with
working
you.
against some of these teams is if teams that are here that are on the cusp have 2 really good events, it knocks them out. But I mean, if you look at that, you got teams like
I don't
Falcons,
know.
There's not a lot of risk there, right? They should be advancing no issue whatsoever.
Yeah, 480 points right now in the PGS point standings, tied alongside DN Freaks as well. Technically,
Windows does do
Falcons
stupid shit
didn't
like that all the
qualify from
time.
their regionals.
But,
however,
you know,
we've heard from people like Shrimsy on podcasts and things like that
Windows wouldn't
their
make my
focus
monitor not
really
work.
is more so on those internationals compared to the
I'm
Americas.
They just wanted to
hoping
make sure that the guys who
that the
qualify
power surge or
right?
whatever
They're like,
when
you
it
know
went
what?
out
We're
the other
in
day
it for
didn't
PGS
tear my
points.
monitor
You guys
up.
earned this on your own. Another one for me is Navi. I think this is a team that's no longer theoretically looking for these hot drops and taking risks. I think they'll be okay as they're now got extends in the roster and they've got a good stable system.
I like Extends, man. I think he's slotted in really well for this team, even though I think that they can probably attain higher positions than they have prior.
Because even though the stuff was off, it was still plugged in,
but
you know?
Gen.G on the very end of all of this as well is a team that we need to focus on because, honestly, I've had big question marks around this team for, honestly, multiple years now.
100%.
Multiple years, and then they came to Esports World Cup, and it felt like as soon as they were 2-man, as soon as they were Flame and Orca, they were actually popping off. The groups and how they all shape up. Today, of course, we've got Groups A versus Group B. We can get to that a little bit later on. Of course, I think when we were discussing things, as we look at these groups, do we think
but
C
I think
might
it
be a bit spicy?
Yeah,
So,
I think so because you've got JDG and
hooked
Gen.G
another
who would have
monitor
been sort
up,
of wrote off not long
and it
ago.
was
They're
kinda
both
doing the same
powerhouses,
thing.
And FaZe, who is having this
So now I'm
renaissance
thinking-
amongst themselves.
Thank God.
Also, right?
Now I'm thinking that it
Gen.G
may
and FaZe,
be
both brands that we've desperately needed a
the
renaissance
power
from
cord
for
that
a
went
very
to that
long time.
monitor.
Now showing up is actually pretty exciting.
If it wasn't for Esports
Because
World Cup, I would have said the same for Team Liquid as well, actually.
that
So it's good
monitor
to
was
see them
doing
back
it
at
yesterday
PGS,
as well,
of course,
and now
right
it's
here,
working
and this is
fine.
how the prize
This
pool
one was the
will
one I
break down.
replaced, and it's working fine.
$300,000 in total.
I replaced
with
the power cord, so
100,000 of
maybe
that
it was just the
going
power
to
cord, I
the
don't know.
champion. And we have had, I will say, a lot of third places from good old Falcons throughout the year.
Right.
In fact, every international, they've been third place. They've racked up some moolah, but we know Falcons wants more than that.
They want to win a little cash, but they also really care about their legacy, and that's what they want right now.
Yeah, so I
They're gonna
did
wanna
do
put
something
numbers
else
up here.
today,
They-
though, by the way,
they
so
do
you
not
can
like the
always,
fact that
so
they
you
did
know.
not qualify for
Right
this
here where I
event
normally
through
have my
games,
Go
right? They-
XLR, I
they
mean my
want to be one of those
OBS
top
setup
three
right here in
teams,
the
not
front,
number one.
in the screen
They
right in
got
front of
something
me.
to prove here.
And how do you defend that? You
I
rack up the points, so
disconnected
you
the
know
chat
how those
from
points will
OBS
account per game.
and moved
here
over
are
here
the
to this middle
all-important
screen,
points
moved the
for
OBS
PGS
to the
points
right
leading
screen.
towards eventual qualification for PGC. Now,
TikTok
for
Live
the most
Studio
part,
moved over to the left
PGS
screen
points,
and put
there
the
are still a
chat
lot of
right
teams that can
beside
get
the
in there, but what's very
Twitch
important
stream.
for some of these
That way
teams
both of
is
them are
unlocking
together.
extra slots for their region.
You can see,
as
I can see
well.
them
So
both
that will
sitting right
potentially
here
have
looking
knock-on
at them.
effect about who
So,
could potentially come out
and
from
all
EMEA,
chats come on
NA,
one.
etc., etc.
I mean, it's one of those things. We're all friends here, but never has anyone from your region cheered for you so hard
Agreed.
as they are for those extra slots right now. BB Team at home is screaming for everyone above them on this list.
Yeah, so I'll send you.
Definitely. So,
I had
and
sent
this
a
is how it
snap
sits
today, so I'll send you what
far.
it
As
looks
we
like.
mentioned before, technically Falcons is not fully secured, but that is like if something crazy actually happens throughout the day.
We would have to have like what was it? I forgot who it was at EWC broke their hand literally in the middle of the event. That's
from FM Poncho.
Yeah, from Poncho. That's the only thing.
Are you not working today,
bud?
bud?
Those top teams, right? Because technically, Freaks, everybody else is in a situation, or Falcons is in that situation. But it would have to be something insanely tragic to knock them out.
Now, in that top 8, of course, one team that is not here, the only team that is not here is BB Team.
Yes.
They're at home, kind of with the fates of them only in the hands of everybody else. However, even them, it kind of would require a bit of a miracle in terms of the results actually going against them. It's not all said and done, though.
Right.
Like, there were people were breaking the numbers down. Kovo said 80% online. He'd have better estimations after PGS9. But here are all the teams across the board that are going to be participating. Our global partner teams, as always. Korea brought something a bit spicy this time around.
Yeah, I like what Korea is bringing. I think SGA is going to be interesting to watch. Begopod not having PO, I'm curious to see how they perform in terms of that that roster. But for me, again, this is one of those waiting for the win. Korea brought some interesting things, but all three of those teams that are not the GPT, I have to watch and see what they do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's not only Korea that was spicy.
Turn your heater on, bro.
America's is spicy.
Yes.
EMEA is spicy.
Yep.
We have Slam G. We have good old Boosted.
Yes.
And we're excited to see how he does on lap.
I'm excited about Boostix. I think Slam G is going to be awesome to watch. They told me today, I said, if there's something you want the world to know the first time that they meet you, what do you want them to know? And they said, we are the best team.
Bro, that does not sound like you are playing very well.
Hey, they do get to the late game very well as 4 if you give them some space. Here is what we have today. Group A, Group B, these 16 teams will collide in a 6-game day to determine who gets a little bit of an edge going into their second day of group play. And for a lot of the players, a lot of the teams, you talk to them, a lot of people think starting out a group stage is significantly easier to try and play out in a 3 group stage days.
I think because there's no expectation on the start, right? And that's actually particularly good.
Yeah,
for
bro,
the
winter's
rosters
coming
that we have
fast.
here.
Winter is getting here.
You've got Slam G. You've got
woke up this morning
and
of like 57 degrees or whatever.
To start day 1 and not have the added pressure of sort of knowing what you have to put on the board, I think is actually a really good thing for those guys. So look for them to put some numbers in. You saw Bizzler just walking by as our players arrive here. Punch-On is so frustrating for me because at EWC I expected them, they were doing so well until the accident happened, and it was a series of unfortunate events. A player who broke a finger and had to go to the hospital, a player who had a nosebleed and was not allowed to play. It was
you know about winter, it's basically
so desperate your coach has to play a game.
know a lot about
there's
winter.
the hope of you winning EWC. So here, they're healthy, they're happy. I can't wait to see what they do.
And it happened all just before really qualifying on.
It doesn't suck as much as it does in New York.
Looks like he's ready as well. You guys at home can also not only participate by trying to win yourself G-Coin via bingo and all the drops that's going on, but also, as always, the Fantasy League is here for
degrees.
Make sure to go and join
There's
the Fantasy
57
League.
degrees at wake up this morning.
I'm excited. There's some interesting prices.
I can tell you the winning team right now if you want to save yourself some draft time.
You want to get a chance to sit down with me?
And you got to go ahead. I got a little salute on there. This is good. And you get Boostix and Clories. It's just guaranteed win.
Uh-oh.
No?
I feel like that's my
They didn't offer.
Because it's a guaranteed win.
Is that your team?
That's my team.
Oh no, we picked exactly the same team.
I waffle between Nixie and Clories a little bit, but Clories just seemed like a higher upset.
Bro, if I were you, right?
This is a problem.
I might do that just so I don't have to go out and
scared what Martin has. I guess we'll ask him later. But you guys at home, actually across PGS9 and 10, can win yourself some prizes as well. Not only G-Coin, but also Super Lights. And by the way, that's the mouse I use. So it's clearly the best mouse.
The best mouse. I'm a Naga guy, but I think the Super Lights are a lot of fun, very accurate. Go ahead and get one. Also the G-Coin for 2nd through 10th.
That's
more
pretty
progressives,
cool,
man.
Yes, that's pretty cool. All right, well, so today we have got 6 matches coming at you. 2 Erangels, the Grassy Pastures. Then it's time to Tego. Then we're ready to Rondo. And we have got the Dusty Dunes to round things out for a good old duo at the very end. I do believe from day to day we kind of like switch around our little Grassy Pastures and Dusty Dunes for everything that is going on. But an exciting time ahead. I feel like we've had some crazy kind of situations between all of these teams across our internationals, but everything has not looked any more open than it does right now.
It's wide open. And now I told you I'd give you a quick update. Make sure you're watching for hot drops. It's school apps. It's going to be Twisted and Petrichor. That's the only thing to worry about in Arango right now.
Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, it is time. We have got PGS9 ready and raring to go. 16 teams, Groups A and B today. Day number 1 here to figure out who gets the edge going forwards.
Man, I completely understand, dude. I agree.
Welcome PUBG fans, I am your host Lisa and it's great to have you here in Malaysia.
it's time once again to ignite the PUBG Global Series battlefield. After a gauntlet of fierce regional qualifiers, the ultimate showdown is about to begin.
No, thank you.
Legendary 3-time PGS champion Twisted Mind, the season America's top
You're a liar.
seed team
You didn't
Liquid,
follow either.
and the rock-solid
You're a liar.
GPT powerhouse
And
DN Freaks are back, lifting trophies once more to prove
it's not
their
a real
dominance.
person. It's a
Meanwhile,
fucking bot.
new challengers like Full Sense, JDG Esports, Mission Ready International Alliance, SGA Incheon, and Slam G are all ready to strike and cannot be underestimated. Who will break through the chaos and claim the final victory? We are about to find out.
Hey, Kamara, while you're sitting in here, if you want to join Discord, man, I'm sitting in the. I jumped in the management chat.
Shots are starting to ring out.
Yeah, I jumped in there that way only people that's from the management office can bother me. I know that they're respectful, so you know, for the most part, anyway. Wouldn't call you respectful. I mean, at least you're, at least you won't come on here and blatantly, at least you won't join the chat and blatantly say something that's gonna get you banned, get me banned. You know what I mean? I think that's the difference.
Going, it's just Xiao Wu getting a lot of damage. Exchange for Molotov. Rainey's gonna burn as well. And BB team.
Why did they walk into the bar? Why didn't they just duck? Oh, we're gonna introduce them, huh? Dad. You know, that's what happens when you have kids, Camaro. You become a dad. Not sure if you're aware how that works or not. But once you have kids, you become a dad. You need to do better when it comes to that thing, Camaro. All right, man. I'll see you when you get back.
Let's welcome your PWS champions. It's DN Freaks. And next up, former PGS champions ready to fly. It's Team Falcons. They're three-time PGS champions, EWC champions, and EMEA champions. Here comes the now legendary
I didn't think
Twisted
Falcons were
Mind.
playing today.
Please welcome the PGS Warranty Gaming.
Roster of players who've never touched the global stage, who shocked everyone just to get here.
Oh, I love it. Players getting hyped, getting ready as we are making our way over to Erangel. Game number 1 is underway. Plane is taking off, getting everything set. We've been kind of figuring out, okay, what's potential with hot drops? We got a ton of new faces. Now it is time to see who's got the guns, who's got the bravery, and who's got the guts.
Yeah, and like the desk was talking about, we're kind of eyes onto the
Childless
school apps
or
area to see if there is going to be a hot drop or some kind
acting
of
like
split
a child. One of the two.
of
You're
that
doing
territory. If there is a very southern plane path as well, we do have the potential for some weird stuff on Sosnovka Islands, because a lot of people's alt drops are down there by the military base. So there could be some weird stuff, but since DN, I don't see them going down to
this circle
Sosnovka nor
mostly goes
Bagelpa.
to the
It looks like
island.
that
Who knows?
kind of potential weirdness isn't going to reveal itself. FN is going to be coming out a little bit late there towards Sosnovka as well. Kind of interesting to see them out towards that area. Everybody else seemingly going for more of their normal-ish stuff. But yeah, pretty tough plane path to start.
I mean, a couple of long drops up into the north. We do have, it looks like, Slam and Navi that are pretty close to each other, but I think that that's just going to be a separation that's going to happen now. That should be pretty all right. But yep, it's eyes towards School Apps areas. Here comes the drops. Petrichor Road going to be on the inside track a bit more to the, I guess, the western lay on this one. Sorry. See how this is going to go. Twisted's going to go ahead and get on one side of it, so just lining up against each other.
What a circle pull.
Yeah, and it's kind of still got options on if it's going to go northwest or southeast. So definitely going to be pretty tricky here.
I feel like we've been seeing the circle a lot across regionals and internationals this year.
Yeah, dude. I think I've seen this like 3 or 4 times this year at international. So it seems to be a staple, as we do have an early kill here for
why would you do that? Why would you land on Navi, man?
Arena. So some big expectations for Arena, but this is kind of that contested area around farm. You know, there's a lot of those kind of spread out compounds that teams are going to kind of want to flex their muscle with. Lou actually gets taken down by DL from DN, so this is around where there's, you know, some vehicles around the J compound and things like that. So everybody with that rough plane path trying to figure out, you know, where can we really spread our wings?
So this is interesting because Freaks kind of went for an encroachment on both sides of what we're looking at going on with Petrichor Road and Twisted, seeing if maybe they can vulture up anything, and Lou just kind of got caught in the mix of all of that. We can see that Freaks have kind of bypassed this now and moved more into that, I guess, Boatyard Rajak area, so it should be a bit easier for them. The pressure comes off now, and it's really just back into Petrichor Road and Twisted. This is going to be a bit more interesting given the fact of the lay of the land in this circle means that we are going to see kind of a death funnel brewing up into the northern part. That's going to be around maybe Crossroads gas station, around that bridge area. So this is going to be one of the most northern sections where we do kind of have a mixed drop.
Yeah, exactly. This is always kind of one of those games where you start asking yourself, who is going to be the first to try to bridge camp? Who's going to be the first one to just try to play spoiler, rack up those kill points early, try to get, you know, your mechanics underneath you, get fired up a little bit. Salute there. Putting some shots into this car as he wants to get out of there. Probably just popping the tires, maybe, or is he going to blow this thing up? He's going to blow it up. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He wants to deny it.
Blue chip inside of it, so that's why he's going to go ahead and toast it, so that way there's no chance for recovery. On top of that, remember that there's a lot of teams that are spiced up on top of each other over here. Denying any vehicle is going to be big because both Twisted and Petrichor Road are going to need to secure themselves avenues to get inside the circle. So every single vehicle that's lost here is massive. And that's going to be a big pick off onto the side of that. So that we saw Lou go down.
Yeah, just getting a little peek at what actually happened there in that early battle. Slam, a team that a lot of talk around this squad, saw what they could do in MEA. They are ferocious when they are kind of out on those edges. Like they said, they're maybe the best team in the world from the blue. We'll see if they can live up to that reputation because, you know, granted they play in the same region as Bloomy.
That's what I was getting. You beat me too.
Sorry.
We have the same brain.
I know, we do. It's almost like we've casted together for 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while in PUBG esports history, so looking in, it's going to be interesting to see with the new blood coming from the squad, really how they choose to play. We often see, like, the newer squads play more, I guess, safe.
Yeah.
But this doesn't necessarily feel like one of those squads that's going to be aiming to do that. They're not going to go be rampaging around like we've seen some squads do on the international stage right off the get-go, but they're definitely going to be a squad that's going to be an X factor, specifically in, I guess, mid-game rotation.
I think so. That's kind of where my eyes are going to be on the map feed around like phase 3, phase 4 to see exactly how they want to navigate situations. 17 is doing a little bit of a fact-finding mission around the expendables. You never know. Speaking of teams that like to get spicy, they love to get spicy early. We see this all the time where if they find weakness on you, they are going to try to pounce, try to do some damage. There is the Bizzler. Just watching one of the other bridges. This is the bridge that's outside of the circle, of course, over to the east. Arena trying to cross in that direction. Tigger going to be slamming underneath Slam. Maybe. Nope. Pulls off of that on the boat. And they're just looking for some safe landing.
Yeah, there's a couple of avenues that you can kind of run up over there, but I think that they're going to go for a longer wrap down to the south. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I say that. They might be opting to brute force just a bit further down to the south. They man landfall with one, so... I
think they heard these vehicles, and it's why they're veering off a bit, taking their time. Another team in the boats, Al-Qadzia, has got quite an interesting roster here, you know, with couple veterans and a couple new guys to the stage. You know, we got a chance to talk with them a little bit before the event just to, you know, see how they're feeling. It's their first time in Asia, their first time on a LAN, and they were really excited, man. You know, fighting the jet lag a bit, but they seemed really happy to be here.
As an America's guy, I can vouch 13 hours is a bit to get used to, but add in some LAN jitters on top of that. I'm really excited to see how fast we see a bounce around with them. Irina's Jacob got eyes on Petrichor Road, as this is going to be the, I guess, the log jam that's now happened. Tons of teams starting to get stacked over into this eastern bridge.
Bizzler still chilling, still watching. Irina actually stops up. They're kind of spread out in a line formation on the other side of this road. Pretty far down, pretty stretched out. So it seems like they're taking their time, and they do have a rotation from Petrichor Road to consider as well, which you can see right here. Chewy driving around in that direction.
Well, Irina's an odd spot because they lost one early, and now they found themselves unofficially gatekeeping this position, which is now got a cluster of teams around it, made it a lot more awkward. Also awkward on the western bridge. See, we've got the red zone that's pretty close to the bridge itself, forcing the Expendables very close to 17, who has set up a very defensive perimeter around this location. Looks like they're on the hunt for some early kills.
Yeah, for sure. That's very classic Expendables. Bots, man? See Tanvu trying to do what he does best, and that's get some early info. Him and Delwyn very, very strong in those situations. Duckjuice up here as well.
Oh no, but they're everywhere right now.
With that M249, could do some damage. He catches low, ghost out in the open, and he's got the knock.
Ooh,
quick
wow, that was
pick
good
up there. This multiple point approach from the Expendables is very heavy.
Kick is really bad because I don't think that they
right now, but is it going to be enough to kind of stall
do
this
anything
out?
on their content on their platform? You know what I'm saying?
Bait is out right now. Shots going between two. Lots of ammo.
But they don't regulate it at all.
And he does manage to take down 7-7. Get the flushes as well.
As soon as I load into
the M249 is a great gun in this meta right now.
Delwyn when I did it, I had 3
a piece of Xiao
Pro gamers. Would you like? How many viewers would you like? More viewers?
To be careful there a bit.
Like,
Duckjuice is chasing him.
Oh my God, I can't read. Would you like more viewers? Let's make you popular. And then it gives me a link. Put the link in there. I just need to get rid of all links. And all, where it bans everything, all links.
Yes, I don't know. With them, but I think that they're just happy to have secured the bridge. Now with the defensive line coming back up 17.
Because you see that one that just posted in Twitch. Hey dude, love your stream, did stay long, but would a lot of mind adding me. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of the term mind adding me on Discord at.
Eliminate you from the match.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's all one
point off of this at the very least. Xiao there with a nice little idea of his own to pull through and catch Duckjuice a little bit off guard. Now you've got a bit more of a standoff.
You could probably just
more
ban the term
defendable
supporter
position here for 17 as well. With Xiao Bei getting up onto the rafters of this bridge and finding some angles
or adding me on Discord because
you know, obviously the stairs are going to block a lot of those bullets,
add me
so it
on
can be a little bit
Discord
tricky at times.
You know what I'm saying?
17 seems to have averted disaster, at least so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of emergency pickups that are going off over here. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of people are going to spot out these shots, maybe position themselves around that, but there is a cross for the emergency pickups that's going to be happening close to where Slam's positioning is going to be. So this is stalling out and slowing down a bit. Most of the teams
I don't know how to do this, so I'll have to figure that one out.
So we got Twisted over there, VP, EA, Petrichor Road as well that we saw just a little while ago. So this has kind of become a contained fight right on the edge of everything.
Yeah, and there is another kill onto Irina. They are duking it out with Virtus Pro on the other side. Nurin's going to go down as well.
I do like that they have the map. I mean the flag of where they're from now.
Xiao Wu still holding the line here. This battle has come to a bit of a standstill, but like you said, there are those emergency pickups to consider. Those could come into play here in the calculus of when this battle really kicks off, and we are going to go south, so no doubter.
There is. There's one right. There's 2 right here. 14 and 8.
Like they were at least getting some momentum in defense. That means that Xiao Bei is just going to have to run. Xiao Wu doing a lot of fantasy squad some favors by staying alive at least until 10-10.
That's a good point, Matt. Do you happen to have him on your fantasy team today?
Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Wasn't eyeing that in the slightest.
But now there are a lot of
here's a little America's on America's violence. This is kind of classic for you guys, huh?
Oh, never happens. Specifically in the earlier stages. I do like the quick stop using the car to manage to secure another vehicle for yourself. Slam in a bit of trouble over here, but looks like I don't know how much further this is going to kind of go. It looks like they've managed to secure down the point for now. Most of the squads are playing pretty centered up on point. Comes some friends as Hackatory.
So stupid. I just licked this envelope and I had the pull thing peel it off.
Yeah, hey, free car to do something with, although might be stuck. Yeah, I think he can get it out of there.
Bad. Oh, here's 4 a.m. dropping on Bagel Paw.
On the emergency pickup, so 4 a.m. taking a bunch of damage on the drop.
Park Pro lines in a Tong move already down, and that's going to be just kind of a run back over into
push
the ocean. No real options to work with. Landfall being absolutely denied. We got full sense on the other side of this one, so 4 angry men just kind of.
Are you asking if you can turn push this off for me? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, this is a PO-less Bagel.
Now you're on push talk.
I'm not on push talk.
Gyuyun for the event, a long-time veteran of the PWS. You remember him from GNL and some other teams. Very good.
I thought you was asking me to turn push talk on, and I was like, yeah, I'll turn it on.
He was the best player in the PWS for them. Painful. But still, we've seen what they can do without him. They can still do damage.
Quick update, Arena did manage to call back in lyrics, so he should be able to regroup. But remember, he's going
to need you to turn your microphone up a little bit,
though. The rest of the Arena is trying to pass
turn it up,
as we saw just a moment ago. So
I got you at 200%.
Be able to regroup, but lyrics doesn't have a lot of good places for him to stop at. I think he's already been spotted by FN as well.
Yeah, it's going to get a little weird there on that East Coast. Yeah, lyrics. I mean, what do you do here? I mean, you're just dead. There's nothing to do.
How's
that? He has the same idea that 4 angry men had a second ago, but there were 4 angry men and 2 of them managed to make
Shut up! I had the gain all the way up.
Feet on the ground. That's a victory.
The only thing we can see that we know on the map that's available is
it's literally saying that on my Go XLR that I'm clipping.
That big.
That's
maybe because it's too loud. It's like peaking it.
He's got nothing. He's got nothing.
He's got nothing, and there's going to be at least some level 3 gear plus a gun. As Petrichor Road is going to be taking.
All right, tell me, can you still hear the game
this is kind of curious. They're going to go all the way. This is Novo, isn't it?
Yep.
And they're going all the way over. It's going to be a while that they're in the blue there, but it is only phase 2, so they've got a little bit of time. Nothing too serious to consider. Opan's
just sounds good right now.
Around, but there isn't a ton of safe space here. You're going to have to use this dip the best you can. Already setting up that.
Yeah, I think I'm louder than you though in your own stream now.
Protect yourselves from that off angle.
Maybe.
Still on the move, still
on their
horses.
I guess I did technically have it turned down.
Most of the stuff's already taken. E-Arena.
Oh my Go XLR. So you can turn yourself back down to where you were.
Might be opting to go along this line. No real options to work, but Jacob does manage to get knocked on a one, but Crexy gets counter off it.
In order, because you come through the same thing as the game, I have to turn the game way down to hear you.
Still a lot of water in this circle, so very tough.
That's a weird way
this part of the map. It's a lot of slow.
Well, it comes in from the same PC, so it's kind of like.
Hills. There isn't a ton of hard cover around here. There isn't a ton of trees. The further west you go on Sosnovka Island, so everybody having to kind of nestle themselves over.
I don't really know how you could even work around that. There has to be a way to work around that. Like you should still be able to buy the audio.
Well, I can. But I can hook up Discord on my other PC, on my stream PC, right?
They just got to make landfall. They don't have any options.
And use the foot pedal for Discord. Push it out.
Secure position to play from, but remember VP was also chasing over into this angle. Nixie does get spotted out by Heaven, gets the knock onto that. So Freaks plays this.
That's why I had 2 PCs. I would never run a dual PC because I didn't want to do audio.
They've got control. They've got a couple of walls that they can play from, but they know that they still have.
I don't mind it because it's like all the audio comes from one place, but
getting out of the coast to the east is really difficult. There's so much open space, so even you can see Shen
you're
stuck down here.
Bringing audio from one PC. Everything from one PC, it all goes into one channel. Kind of annoying.
Situation properly and kind of use these smokes that Gyumin is setting up for himself to at least get in towards this space. But credit to the Freaks, they brought the hammer down on top of Bagopal.
That was fast, just instantly landing and guns blazing. Feels like almost before they even touch the ground. Longjong trying to see if he can get some counter back into it. Does get one before he goes down, but should be resible. Heaven still trying to bend up, spots out Shin. And that means that 4 angry men's woes continue as it's going to be Shin and Lu still just right up against the wall.
Yeah, this dynamic fragging duo that the Freaks has had all year is really shining right now for them. Yeah, you can see Shen.
You see how low I got the volume on the video?
Exposed to some angles.
So like as low as it can go.
Yeah, and it's still really loud in the stream.
FN can see him.
It's very weird.
There we go.
I don't think this is
but that's the only way I can do it to where I can actually hear other things that's going on besides the game.
Is it just me or is it anybody in Discord talking?
Some people in Discord are super fucking loud. Like I've got Karma turned down to like 20 something.
I'm quiet.
Yeah. Oh,
It's very weird.
To me now, to me. But you're good now. I mean, I can turn up my OBS. I have my Go XLR set at 65%.
Oh, I wonder why Karma's wicked loud then. He must be like, super loud for other people.
I guess. I don't know.
The correct spot. You know, they don't even see
Interesting.
Alcadzia here necessarily, but FN Breakers, he was doing good work for them. We got to see a brief glimpse of him at EWC, and he stepped up for FN during the PWS and was really.
This is a rough circle pull for these teams right here.
Playing a bit further over into the east to see if we can open up some more. Cowboy does get the knock on a Star-Lord. It looks like it's going to get a bit more.
But I'm glad that. Oh wow, I'm glad they're getting it that way. We can see it in comp play.
Give them enough to work around. It's going to be really interesting as Alcadzia is still continuing to dance around the outside. Do they spot the one up on top of the hill? It looks like D might have, as the vehicle is going to start roaming away from it. But remember, Alcadzia still needs to get inside this zone as it looks like Breakers is just going to make a send along this line that could put him pretty close to Corexy. Is he trying to go for a res?
Not exactly sure.
I mean, he's at the tower.
That's possible, I suppose. Breakers there just has to leave. I mean, this spread formation gets absolutely dismantled by Alcadzia. You got to give them huge credit in the way that they step up in this fight. The kind of knock into an immediate drive-through by Roth. Great timing, great coordination. 4 AM's Lou gonna get spotted out. FS was on the outside of this. They're gonna have to find a way in, and it's gonna take them shooting their way through, basically. So at least maybe able to open up a little bit of space. Lyrics is, you know, wishing this was a sauna.
This is his whole game, man. That's all he can do. It's him and Shin over there chilling together, and that's about the most that they can do. You can see a regroup coming up from Mission Ready. Is a little bit of bullying still coming out from. It's going to be Petrichor Road, who they were taking shots at earlier.
See, Mission Ready is not from the U.S., so, but they're from the Americas. But I don't know. I don't know how they get this set up.
Where do they have a U.S. flag?
Looks like it, does it not? Right here, Mission Ready.
I can't tell you. It says OPGG. It's right above it.
OPG. What?
You have an overlay right over the top of it. It says PUBG OPGG. Today's wins, today's kills. I can't see anything.
That's the perfect scenario for that gun, up close and personal. Let that high rate of fire.
How do you get rid of that?
He just whiffed on the spray there a bit. And maybe just
it covers up 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th position.
Take much damage on what could have been a little bit of a dangerous mission to get off the side. Lyrics has been watched for so long by Shen, but Shen went down somewhere, somehow.
There's a point to be had.
Do you
see it?
Yes, absolutely.
Lyrics.
Don't shoot your teammate.
It's like, please. Oh, is that what what was in the crate? Did I just see it in the shotty in his hands, and that's all he could find?
Just the DBS?
Yeah, I think that was it. This is sad times. Just
What
park right
is
on top
that?
of him, make his life miserable.
Extensions?
Yeah, there you go.
That would be an extension through Twitch, I believe.
I mean, you gotta deal with what you're dealt sometimes, right?
That's true. I mean, that was
Typical.
everybody out on that coast was looking for that
Yep.
point. They're like, well, we're not going to get much out of this game. Let's at least get some kills. Twisted very quiet in this one, but after that early loss, kind of, you know, turtling up a little bit, trying to at least secure themselves some placement points. They're going to highlight that here on the map as a central position. There's a little bit of a plateau here that they can work with, but it's tricky. It's precarious. Teams can come up behind you. They come up from your sides. There's a few angles that are kind of exposed there.
It's such a strong position, and everybody pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know why that extension was still on there. It doesn't even work.
So it's good if you can survive the storm of teams.
It's a cool extension if it
along
worked.
from that angle.
Yeah.
Twisted can definitely do it. We know that they have the capabilities. Forrest up on top, starting to get some attention of their own as the Expendables coming a bit more alive. They've got to be careful because Slam has also heard this. Looks like they're trying to approach in the west.
Yeah, Boostic doing some good damage to keep the Expendables pinned. Forrest knows there's something going on out here, so they're going.
You're watching on Twitch, right?
Not able.
Yeah, I don't have any Twitch audio.
Cooked well enough there, Baron.
Well, I also had it on. I was also sharing my screen in Discord. I'll stop that.
Still 4 strong. Still have.
I just watch on Twitch that way if I got to do something on the chat or something.
Kind of a really awkward situation that they're going to find themselves in. I assume now just trying to work some angles here, trying to see if they can dislodge a Forest player so they can.
Well, I could pull it up on. I could share it on Discord, and you can just turn the audio on Discord.
Oh, this is fine. I'm fine on.
Because the hillside's not going to provide enough real cover to work with, and you can see that they've left a couple.
That way, you could at least hear what's going on instead of just watching a silent screen.
I don't care what's going on. I'm watching a video about tractors, anyways.
Oh. So we might see them kind of swoop in from the east as nobody really
I want a
has
tractor.
vision to the hillsides directly. That means that Na'Vi, with this position, kind of sending extends up into that northern area, could be opening up a door. For
all of my followers on YouTube here lately,
yeah,
have some weird names.
Trying to work your way through this is really challenging.
Just like gibberish or like names that mean something, but it's weird stuff.
Slam has, frankly, that makes it really, really difficult because you're not going to be able to get a
like fart sniffer.
if you want to try to
No,
names that.
no.
that fight into the compound.
Not those kind of names.
Gonna have to throw out some of that util, get that cover down, but it didn't matter. Didn't survive long enough for it to get there onto the ground.
I mean, Alcazia was trying to give him some help as Freaks limping their way into the circle as it's not going too much better for them. Freaks now getting eliminated. Back behind that, Belmont's going to go down, and we just lose team upon team in just a few seconds. So, eyes on the circle itself.
Yeah, exactly what I said.
Then you just got the top one just completely normal.
So really, it's just going to be the Expendables and Slam still just pretty much slamming their faces right up against Forest Hillside compound.
This is great for Twisted.
Hey, Miss Demi May.
They go on the Na'Vi side instead.
They might crash Twisted. I'm not sure what
the hell was that?
Going to actually try to get to the edge of the circle. They're
Send me a heart me. Thanks for the heart me, Sammy.
Might just keep driving forward. Here you go. Duck Juice letting loose with some smokes, but they're actually going to pull up short. This is, I think they're trying to corral this fight between Slam and Forest. Play on the outside of it, but Navi's still in an outside position is doing damage.
I mean, Navi's position is just ruining any attempt, and this is why we see so many teams try to avoid this.
Forgot I turned on the alerts.
Absolutely brutal. There's not enough cover to really give you much to work with, but the circle did pop directly on top of Twisted, so that means that everybody in this hillside fight is in a lot of trouble, and they need to go quickly. Forest really can't focus in on what's going on with the Expendables too much because they've got Slam still into the west back behind them. The Expendables have managed to start to slow down any of the knocks that are coming at them from the Na'Vi side of it, so Na'Vi has to make some decisions. Do they go
Surprised Vinny hasn't popped on. I'm sure he's not working.
Their way into the circle, but let's not forget Mission Ready and
I don't know. He'll message me later. Or well, he has been anyway.
Yeah, some huge fights out on the edges of this right now. And
Who
again,
knows?
this is all playing into Twisted Mind's hands. Alcazia actually getting in on the action here. The Expendables just hemorrhaging players.
He was on the verge of.
I like this.
The lights new? They're not new. No, I just never turned them on.
Forest and Slam, but they're kind of in a exposed position, at least temporarily. Na'Vi now on the move. Let's see where they want to go. Are they going to try to challenge here? More players going down for the Expendables. It's Kiss.
I mean, Forest just defending in right now. They're going to be swooping in right.
No, they're not new. I just forget to turn them on half the time. So I'm perfectly honest about it.
But Slam is still creeping up right back behind them, buying more
and whenever I'm doing a green screen behind me, you can't see them anyway. So I don't do a green screen, but
there's Slam. Finally, the backstab comes up. Kiss is going to go down.
Something that Double needs to look at too. I'm not sure if he's using AMD or if he's using NVIDIA, but you can get rid of your background a lot easier than what he's doing.
Holding the line, but Boostic still going crazy. Has one more to go.
Gotta be careful. Him and Arctic step back away from the angle, realizing it's a bit too hot. Can they get some more? Falls it back in. That is going to be Forest. Finally going down Petrichor Road, trying to walk their way through Mission Ready.
Were you saying when he was on the verge of?
Oh, he was trying to die last week.
Hey, let's not forget about Alcazia
Or unalive him. Unalive. My bad. My bad, TikTok. Don't ban me.
Gotcha.
They did a roof. They did some cleaning on a roof or something, and some kind of plastic material or whatever, wash or whatever, and they did it without, or rubber wash, and they did it without mask. And so he did it for like 9 hours and breathed all that stuff in, and he could barely even talk the other day.
Well, we'll never do that again.
That's what I said. I said, why didn't y'all use masks? He said, well, they didn't. He didn't have any. I said, well, we wouldn't have been doing that job that day.
Whoever Vinny works for, I've never heard Vinny really talk about him putting like health as a priority. So there's a lot of people. They don't care. Just go out there and do it.
Building him a room soon? That'd be cool. So, what I'm and if he's only streaming to TikTok, Sammy, right? If he's only streaming to TikTok, you really don't even need that because you can go through the filters.
Nobody in the circle right now except for Al-Qadzia. They've got it completely.
And they have a thing where you can add, where you can completely get rid of your background.
Petrichor Road has to be the catalyst. They have to fight
See, like this.
Only one real angle of approach that they can work with. Rillo's going to be on top of it, but Hakatori realizes the approach come in, already laying down. Who's going to spot out who first? Shots do come out, but it's going to be Chewy that takes down Hakatori, and now maybe has some angles that they can play from.
A beautiful approach there from Petrichor Road, fanning out just wide enough that Hakatori was going to have a hard time getting any kind of transfer. Even if he got the first knock, he didn't even get that. So beautiful work there. Putting that level 3 gear to great use as well. And this is an Aches left that is not with Petrichor Road, and they are still coming.
I think that was the right one.
For both of these teams are missing some of
no,
their best
that's definitely
players,
not the right one.
they're fragging out here in this first game.
Okay, Al-Qadzia lined in. Big potential game for them. Really coming out. This is a squad that we know that can play very well with a point lead, knows how to continue to put on pressure. So can they come out, secure themselves a solid victory right off the start? But Petrichor is a squad with so much fans, so much faith.
Ready for the Buffalo game tonight?
To find success early, to prove to themselves they have enough space to work with.
Yeah, who are they playing?
Falcons, right?
Oh yeah, y'all should win that game. Y'all should have won last week too.
Finally lets Petrichor Road have 2 members inside.
That's Buffalo.
Does Roth not have any more health available that he can?
Kansas City won last night. That upset me a little bit.
Just kind of expended themselves as he could use that.
I was sitting in a sports bar. I saw the Cowboys were playing. Who are they playing?
Keep Petrichor Road pinned in. Just force them in towards the
Did
they win?
No. Garbage ass team, bro.
How you slice it for Petrichor Road. I don't think they have many smokes left.
They lost to the Panthers.
I don't see any in Chewy's hands.
Garbage team.
Got the biggest budget in the whole league, and here we are.
The budget has nothing to do with it because you're on the salary cap. But
well, you know what I'm saying. They got the most expensive stadium. They're kind of the biggest name in NFL. You would say everybody knows the Cowboys. Are though.
Hey, dudes do have collegiate and FSUs. You're right. I'm not buying them though. But yeah, man, it wouldn't be so bad if the defense played better. The offense scored plenty of points, right? When you have to score, when your offense has to be perfect and score on every drive, it's bad for you. You know?
I just don't understand why they don't have better players. They could buy better players. I don't understand.
You can't because you have a salary cap.
Working about as well as it would on the ground right now. So Petrichor Road, 2 members up. This is feeling, I don't want to say,
understand what I'm saying?
But pretty hard. Road has to
do all teams have the same cap?
Yes.
Just not giving them the peaks, man.
Okay, so then they need to manage their money a little bit better. Someone's getting paid too much then.
Realizing it says nope.
Definitely players that are getting played too much. It didn't help that we traded Parsons. It didn't help that we traded Michael Parsons, who's a big time player. But in reality, he wanted $47 million a year, and if you give one player $47 million, you lose out on signing 4 players at $10 million. So
right, that's what I'm saying. Someone's getting paid too much.
A bunch is getting paid too much. You got a couple corners that are getting paid too much that couldn't cover you.
Well, that's not good.
So just don't give over.
You got a couple corners out there that couldn't cover me and you together.
It's crazy.
You got a
tip of the cap to Petrichor. They had a difficult start to that game, and they came through.
So it's an issue.
You don't have Aches left. You don't don't have arguably your best player on that team, and they looked really solid.
I mean, that was an absolute...
These guys came in and maximized point value on a circle that was, for lack of a better word, terrible.
See, this is the Americas. This is one of the Americas teams right here. Alcadesh. Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't seem very American, but okay.
Well, it is, but it's because you know they have Rello and all those guys from the Americas, even though he's from Australia. Whatever. Doesn't make sense.
The game is a little bit in flux.
But their home base is out of the Americas. Does that make sense?
You've got C4s, you've got the DMR change, you've got a lot of things that will allow these new guns to really be able to potentially make.
I wish if they would ever do a global tournament here, I would go to it.
Just then, they fit Mission Ready International Alliance all in there. That was amazing.
I
can't believe that they fit it in.
No, they won't.
I had to take a breath during the intro process. That name is so long. I mean, I love that they picked the name, and they told me this because regionally it confused everyone. That said, it's been working.
All right, Grassy Pastures time once again. Let's see if we see the run back as we head over to the commentators for game number 2 here of PGS9 group stage.
Oh, he's right. Toffee's called it out. Mission Ready International Alliance to mess with people, including my brain. Can I tell you how hard it is for a guy with dyslexia dealing with Mission Ready International Alliance and Mira in the same region and trying to cast it?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I don't envy you in
that they let two teams with pretty much the same name. Because you got MRIA and then you got MIRA in the same tournament, and it's like it's very hard to get them mix them out together. You know what I mean?
Not happy with
100%.
how things went, but the problem is that changing things up a bit.
This is a pretty good flight path.
Out on the outskirts,
The perfect flight path for this map is straight up and down, straight through Severny, down through Military Island. That way you can go anywhere you want to on the entire map.
I think more people are going north, huh?
Yeah, because the flight's going, it's going north.
Playing in position like this, so they should be fine. Now running up to the hills, curious.
Circle's gonna go up here.
Other mix-ups, I don't think anything.
Well, I mean it's random. You don't know that.
Yeah, but it's gonna go right here.
Road, but it's pretty calm, all considered. Circle does be a little bit more friendly this time, as it does look like it is going to stay on the main island. But you never know. We've been getting some crazy circles.
Yeah, I'm not.
So the requirement is the flight, the first circle must touch the flight path. So
right, but it can go south.
It's not. I mean, it might go south. If you look at this flight path here, it's a possibility we end up down here, down by the bridge area, or some weird turn of events. You end up on this little horn right here.
Vehicles and then get some good loot as best as they can scavenge. 4 a.m. already up in towards the northern part of the map here. Yasnaya is going to be a-okay for them, at least for now. I don't see Twisted driving in their direction or anything, so no problems. Alcadzia, what a start. I mean, Cowboy in particular comes out fragging, D as well, doing a nice job. So, Rello, Roth, the longtime veterans there for this squad, have brought some magic here to begin BGS9.
This is a squad that
got like 258 pennies on this thing.
But really, there's a lot of capabilities whenever we look at D and Cowboy. The uptick in the fragging capabilities of those two players specifically, we've been seeing for quite a while.
I took all of my money on TikTok and converted it into TikTok currency.
Seen the skill ceiling on just yet, and a game like
pays off for you.
Last game is going to give them more confidence.
258 pennies. I had 500. I had $5 in here. I was balling. Boy, I was balling on a budget.
Absolutely. I mean, Cowboy in particular, there's 748 damage. That is a phenomenal start.
Absolutely.
Here at PGS9. Welcome to the lands.
And what was interesting is Petrichor Road and Alcadzia both pathed in over along that eastern area, so we're doing a lot of circle chasing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was one of those circles, though, where if you can find the right timing to get into the zone.
But yeah, it is kind of weird that this group right here is based out of the U.S. When Rello is from, maybe Rello is from
left breakers on his own to try and retreat.
And U.S.
Right up to him and took him down. So that was a really nicely executed series of fights that they had to take to get themselves into that late game scenario. I think they were the ones who took down Twisted as well in that.
Oh, got a little bit of a dust up going on between VP and MRIA, but I think that that should be fine. With the way that the circle is set, this is going to be good positioning for E-Arena early, Na'Vi, Al-Qadsia, as well as VP mission ready. Petrichor Road already found themselves good path into positioning as well. 17's going to be tailing back behind that up on top of Potato, as most of our teams look like they're kind of playing along that Death Road northern area right now, feeling like the circle's going to lean more that direction.
For sure. For some reason, a lot of times these end up going towards the lumber yard or towards the shelter. Doesn't have to. It could go towards farm. That is also definitely well within the circle's decision-making capabilities. Or who knows, maybe we get real lucky and it goes back down to Sosnovka and things get absolutely bananas, but we'll have to wait and see a bit. I'm a little bit worried here for Mission Ready in this position. Hanging out around that shelter can be really challenging. I rarely see those positions go well, but let's hear in from Park Pro, the Big O Pop player. See what he had to say.
한국에서도 나이가 제일 많은 친구인데요. 저희 팀이 나이가 좀 많습니다. 근데 또 젊은 친구들과 이제 경합을 하면
See, and this is what's crazy to me, right? You got Al Qadesh, which is plays for the Americas, right? But they're the esports division of a Saudi Arabian football team, Saudi Arabia soccer team.
관리를 하면서 이제 우리도 할 수 있다라는 마음가짐으로 왔습니다.
So it's like,
I feel that the old man mindset.
just like remember Sonics were from Saudi Arabia.
Keep up with all these young bloods. Like, I respect it though. Begapa, I know is a.
I feel like you're not here. You're not ignoring me. One of the
Oh no, no,
I know you're
I don't.
unbiased caster while we about your Korean favoritism.
I don't know.
Begapa is,
I don't really
close to
follow.
Yes,
Like I don't
absolutely.
follow this
Well,
stuff.
it's just
You
it's
should.
kind of a
Fun.
fun team because
Eh.
obviously, you know, you've
What'd
got
you say?
Pio who's still wrapping up
Meh.
his military service here. That's part of why he can't be here. He's still not quite completely done with that. But not only do you have kind of, you know, the original PUBG esports superstar in this team, he's grabbed together some streamers.
There's
So
too
not
much
only do
turnover.
he's still his
You
military
have to.
service here.
It takes effort to stay
Yes,
in the
absolutely.
know
About your
with
Korean
esports.
favoritism, but
Uh-huh.
Begapa is, I know, close to your heart.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's kind of a fun team because obviously, you know, you've got Pio who's still wrapping up his military service here. That's part of why he can't be here. He's still not quite completely done with that. But not only do you have kind of, you know, the original PUBG esports superstar in this team, he's grabbed together some streamers, some other former pros like Sungjang who've had quite a lot of success in PUBG esports throughout the years, and Park Pro has been a standout player. He's kind of been primarily a streamer who's also been playing some esports, and he has really stood up and played well. Akan has been great. Some damage here. Atungmu hitting salute. Might have got the tire there, not sure.
Yeah, it looked like I saw the car do that little pop-up whenever the tire got hit, and yeah, he looks like he's suffering. Can they manage to get over the dip? I think he's clear for now. A couple of crosser shots coming up over all of it, but this is going to put them pretty close to the center, but there's a lot of friends nearby you were worried about earlier.
Have you ever noticed that we never play like this?
Just on the outskirts of this looking in is... looks
Like in a
they're
ditch, like safely.
Yeah.
We all have our own cars.
At this point, that feels way too dangerous.
No, we all ride in the same car, and we all usually go on top of a hill, not down in a
Tough to
ditch.
manage. Eventually, some teams are going to get some kind of angle on you or put some pressure or find some grenades. DL
Pretty much.
flipped quite a bit
Just-
there. Bizzler and company from Mission Ready doing some decent damage, but the Freaks so far
Oh.
escaping disaster. Now up towards that death road.
Tons of freaks.
Like we
fans
don't
are
make a lot of
really
good
close
decisions,
to
you know what I'm
their
saying?
seat, as it does look like there might be some seats in
I don't
comfort, as
disagree
the
with
top
you.
of Death Road
But
could be the stop off
when you're
point
not
right
playing
now.
comp,
This is-
everybody makes the
I like
same
this spot.
decisions,
It gives
so
you
it's
a lot
not
of
like it's that
opportunities
big
to
of a
kind of
deal.
the two different
But when
arenas
you're
that are gonna be
when you
going
go
on,
up against a
it's
comp
motivating
team
both and a
playing
lot
in
of
regular
options.
pubs,
Issue is there's gonna
and
be
then
some
they
teams
play
that
like
people
that,
pretty close to you.
they
It's
just
a bit
walk in
scary.
and
17
wipe you,
gaming, though,
whip
looks like
whip
they're
your
gonna try
ass,
to
you know.
force their way in. We saw them have
100%.
a couple of
I'm used to
rotation woes at the very start of the last game as Bridge wasn't friendly to him, so coming in a bit slower this time, but
Absolutely
pretty
used
close
to
to
So how
Navi's
long
playing
is,
the Freaks along
in
this
your
road.
opinion,
Yeah, I mean,
how
I
long
think
is
17 there,
Battlefield
it's like,
6 going to last?
Please avoid the expendables early. That is
I
the
think it'll
last
be
team in this
dead
lobby you
before
wanna be fighting.
January 1st,
Phase 1
2026.
in
What I
particular,
said.
that team is just so well. I mean, they.
I gave it 90 days.
Might understand why here. in a
Yeah,
second.
yeah. I was
I
gonna
gave
say
it
there's
90
another
days
orange
before
colored
people
team
were
in the
like,
map
all
that's
right.
driving in the expendables direction.
There's
This
always a
is-
big
It's a
hype
matter
around
of,
a new game,
if the
so
Expendables can maybe get
Yeah,
right
exactly.
here.
because
when I watched the gameplay, dude, if you weren't like in the know, you could confuse Battlefield with Call of Duty.
100%. That's what I've been saying, bro. It's like we're back in 2009 with Battlefield 4. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's not. To me, the game didn't look. It looks just like it could be a different version of Call of Duty.
We went from everybody loves Battlefield BRs are still the supreme game, right? Everybody loves a BR or the Tarkov style.
Yep.
So why are we still doing Conquest in 2025?
Because people have short attention spans, and I think it caters to that.
Maybe.
Like a BR can't have a short attention span. It's like the long.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Because if that's the case, then damn PUBG needs to put their own BR spin and their own Conquest out there, which they have, by the way.
The problem with PUBG is if you load up someone streaming Battlefield, then you put it on one monitor and then you put PUBG on the other monitor. PUBG looks like a cartoon.
It does. However, Battlefield 5 came out when?
That could have gone really bad, really fast.
I don't know.
When did Battlefield 5 come out?
A few seconds earlier.
Expendables were kind of still wrapping around, seeing if maybe they could bite off any more of Full Sense, but looks like it is going to be Duck Juice that runs right back into Pachinki. I think he might be heading for the tower, but Full Sense
2018
following in right back behind him.
Well, still not completely out of danger. Our Full Sense, if some relative stability. Circle, speaking of stability, has gone towards the north, sitting pretty dead center.
I know,
there.
but
Battlefield 5
PUBG
came out
doesn't
in
need to
18.
be.
Outskirts, Khan lights him
But
up with
PUBG
the
doesn't need to
MP5.
be as
Shalu
clunky
down,
as it is, where you're trying to
using
jump on rocks and
that
it
BRDM to
doesn't do it, or you're
good
trying to
effect.
vault and
Shalu's trying to get
Well,
around so he
you
doesn't
gotta
get run
move
over.
three
Yes,
inches
there.
to the left, and then you can
Okay,
vault.
well,
You
here
can't
comes the
vault where you
reinforcements
were.
on both sides.
I mean,
There's just no need for that.
it's no different than where no different than some of the garbage stuff that happens in Battlefield, man.
No, I'm not saying Battlefield's perfect, but I'm saying
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is like there's only so much. I'm sure it takes a lot
Yeah, they're both
of
kind
time
gatekeeping each other out of this fight.
and
Shen has spotted
all that
Sungwon,
stuff
though.
to
See the
move
Tongmu's
this to
gonna try
UE5.
push that. I can see him
You
loading
get
up
it,
with the grenade,
bro.
tries to throw the grenade out in.
So that's
and
why
it's
I'm
gonna
not
be a
being
rewrap
fucking
here
super
by
stupid
Akan.
crazy about that shit.
Sawed off, does some damage, can't
Because
find
it
the knock.
takes
Instead, it's Park from
a
behind.
long damn time to move your whole game over to a different
Tries to run for the vehicle. He's going to go down and big up.
no, I get it,
Graphics
but that's their job. That should be their primary interest is staying relevant. That should be that should be their main focus. Their focus shouldn't be putting stages in the startup and dancing a girl.
Well, you gotta also, and I think we're very narrow with this. We're pretending like that the same people that are doing that, putting those stuff in the game, are the same people that are developing the game and moving it to UE5. Not the same people. It's irresponsible for us to think that the people that are out recruiting talent to collaborate with are the same people that's trying to move the game to UE5.
I understand, but Crafton should have just like a general like a mission statement per se, and that's what should be being followed. And so
They
that
do.
way
They put
everybody
one out every single year.
I understand, but then it should be on the same page. Like Crafton should be focusing on the quality of the game versus the talent that they're recruiting. I don't feel the talent they're recruiting does nothing for me. I understand I'm probably not the base audience.
You're not the audience. But that
but in the same token, you went from a game, dude. That game I would play 7 days a week. I don't give a rat's ass to play the game anymore.
Well, it's because it's been going on for. You've been playing it for 7 years, 8 years.
It doesn't change. It doesn't change. Nothing changes. Like they come out with these cool vehicle collaborations, and I'm a car guy. I love vehicle collaborations, but I'm not buying $120
yeah.
Lamborghini pass for the same car with a different skin. Like a Lamborghini should not go the same speed as a 1980s Russian two-seater.
Great pickup here by the observers.
I don't disagree with you on that.
This is a pre-pop for the next circle.
Like if you're going to do the collab, develop the car. Don't reskin the existing coating that you have. That's just lazy. That's what that is.
Just kind of stay center. See what circle does, see what VP does. Wow, this
and then that's why
look
they lost out
where the
on me as a
circles
customer.
ended. Look where circles ended was exactly what I told you, Mike.
I think
Wow, bro.
It's random.
Might be a bit safer. So
and if they lost me as a customer, there's other people like me, people at mid-30s or whatever. I think that entire demographic are losing. And I don't think it's being replaced by any other demographic.
As is going to be the Freaks dealing with Mission Ready roaming up right next to them, cutting a path right along as they were trying to regroup. So the Freaks are going to just go ahead, let that one pass by. Petrichor Road up on top of Death Road right now as it's going to be Forest back behind them. Begapa tail end very far up into the north. Twisted, the only team that's really not making a gamble move at the time, kind of playing this a bit slower and steadier.
It's just going to be a standoff in the farm. Most of the real estate claimed here.
Yeah.
As Petrichor Road, like you were just talking about, situating themselves, using that high ground, using that wizard tower to get some info, to try to consider a new move. They do have Forest wrapping around to the west, and you got Begapa is going to be coming off of their victorious fight against 4AM up from the north.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I agree. I agree somewhat.
Defense kind of keep Begapa at arm's length.
Forest.
Yeah, this is the real danger now. They've got
I mean,
real close.
the same people that are doing the advertising for Chick-fil-A are not cooking the food. So it's like,
I understand that, but they should be following the same mission statement from management. They should be following the same overall goal set from management. It should be
they do get vision on what's happening, and
it feels like they're two different departments that don't communicate. It's like
they don't want a piece of it, and they're going to.
It's like the DMV and the IRS. They don't talk to each other. They don't.
I mean, the team that's developing the game has absolutely nothing to do with the team that's promoting the game.
Or disagree.
The worst timings.
Completely disagree.
I've never had that one happen to
How
me
so?
before.
Yeah, we've all been there.
They should be trying to achieve
every single PUBG
a similar goal.
Relates to that one.
Like
I mean,
you can't go out.
The game is still super popular in Korea, so it's.
But that's it. The game used to be super popular worldwide.
I mean, I agree with you, and maybe
so they're clearly losing popularity, and they're clearly diminishing desire for the game. So I understand it's still popular in Korea, but that's the last location that's popular.
If Koreans would stop supporting the game,
they will,
and they would change.
Quick follow-ups on both sides,
and it's going to happen.
As the BRDMs are just jockeying up against each other.
Just a matter of time.
Coming up mostly for Begapa, trying to exploit Park Pro once as much as he can get, but it's going to be Olympus and Scappy that managed to get the retaliations back onto it. Forest do manage to take down Begapa, and nobody pounces onto it. No third party. The circle has popped, and it has gone heavily into farm.
And here comes Petrichor Road. They've already got Scappy.
But they should be promoting
Forest,
people and branding that
trying to get players out of the
attracts
so go for the safe
certain audiences, not
get them into the BRDM.
Their branding and such is for 17, 18-year-olds.
But Forest knows that they can't really take this fight and look at this prize.
That's the problem when you look at.
That's mine now.
When you type in PUBG popularity,
it did 10 seconds ago.
It's still.
That's huge.
I mean, moving down from
if you look at it and it tells you why it's still popular, like including the 1.5 million peak in 2025.
I thought for a second there maybe if Forest was going to be given enough time to
people
lick their wounds, that they were going to be the ones
buying. I'm not buying, but playing the game. It was going to be like that.
Gotten into some level of safety.
He's like that sometimes.
Trying to find a res. Petrichor Road in the meantime kind of fanning out a bit. Olympus still inside. of the vehicle proper. Baron, I don't know. He's waiting for the smokes to pop. Is he going to be given the opportunity to get that res? There's going to be a lot of players peppering shots down into there.
Well,
I just think
Petrichor Road's
job.
trying to regroup just to the east of this. 17 still needs
I
to get in
fully
the zone.
truly
They've
believe
been
that
kind
one.
of more surveying what's going
Because
on
if they went more towards, if they went more like fucking PUBG Mobile, which is the most popular version, nobody would play it. We would. PC people wouldn't play it because it's complete garbage.
Just eating them, man. There is nothing that could really be done there.
They don't have to go. They don't have to go to full mobile. They don't have to do all that.
The first two Boostic gets
Cornelius,
Promote
a little bit pinned down.
a brand that
just looking in there.
do something when you do a Lamborghini collab. Develop a new car.
Is he just gonna go?
yeah, I agree with that.
Develop the car. Don't just
slams in trouble.
reskin something you've already done.
FS just
I don't disagree with that.
Oh, is it revenge? Where is he going? Looks like he wants to go after Slam. He's going to be rolling right up.
Like, let us earn
away.
skins or
Big
something
explosion.
for our weapons.
But
Let
it's
us.
already gonna get some. Oh, the
Like, why do I got to
vehicle
spend
off to the side
$100 on
takes
a
down
gun
Boostic.
skin? That's wild.
What just happened?
The explosion.
Did you just see
launched
that?
the car and that little bit of a ridge.
Car slid right next to each other.
No. This guy right here put a C4 on this car.
Is it revenge? Where is he
And
going?
he
Looks
slammed
like
into
he wants
this car.
To go after Slam. He's going to be rolling
Boom.
right up into it. Steps away.
He blows up himself. Didn't kill this guy. This guy's still alive. But the explosion pushes this car onto him.
Explosion, but it's already going to get some. Oh, the vehicle off to the side takes down Boostic.
What just happened?
The explosion launched a car, and that little bit of a ridge sent it along the side to take him out.
Oh
my God. I do like how that car looks.
There only got one kill
burnt.
for all of his
I do
efforts.
like that.
If he could have gotten that vehicle a little bit closer, probably.
I do think tactical gear would be cool, but at the same token, it's useless when
And there we go.
if you drop your
It's
quality down to
popping
low,
off
anybody that's
everywhere.
like 400 meters out, you could be prone in what looks to you
It's
Not wrong.
like
If
thick
you could've gotten that
vegetation,
vehicle a little
but
bit
to
closer,
them,
probably
you're
Check
just
this
laying
out.
on the ground.
This. The guy just ran his BDRM into this.
revenge.
He did
got
get revenge. You're not wrong.
Oh, and there we go.
He went into BDRM and killed all 4 of them. He gave up his life for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills. Oh no, he killed his own teammate. he killed his own teammate, but that's pretty.
It's popping off
I've never
everywhere.
seen that happen before. I've never seen the BMA do that. There's a lot of cover right there, and that's a good idea. You know that?
I don't know.
Well, maybe. Mission's not ready no more.
Perfect. We need more tactical. I mean, I agree. We need more tactical gear. But Koreans are not about the tactical gear life. They're about the flashy colors and stuff like that. And the game is Korean. It caters to Korea.
Petrichor Road had to run back the other direction. They're going to be stacked up right on top of each other. Chewy's trying to defend in. Salute already down to half health. Peeks between the two. Vehicle flips, blows up, and that's going to be Freaks now finding themselves.
There's a lot of
with the
vehicle
name had the
explosions
option
in
to
this
work
so
with.
far.
No, Invertus Pro getting wiped out by Twisted Mind. Perfectix finding a bunch of that. He gets 3 kills. He has been knocked. Example in Batulins trying to scramble to find recovery, to find some safety behind this hillside. A little bit of time here before the next circle closes, so should be able to get this res, and that's going to open up some time here for Batulins to do a little bit of scavenging, grab some extra util, get the res, get a little bit of info, find their way through, but they've got so many teams still hunkering down in the farm that they got to cut through.
Well, there's an interesting thing happening in the farm right now is Al-Qadzia's compound isn't really in the circle anymore. They may have to move. I think that they might have like a little bit of a section that they can continue to play, but there's nothing that they would be able to get with it. It's just going to be playing for another circle, while then they will be just essentially pinched between 2 other teams holding down farm. So I'm curious to see what Al-Qadzia opts into doing, especially given the fact that they have Twisted right back behind them. That's going to deny out so much more. 17 really has way more room over into the west. It's just FN that they have to compete against.
Yeah, and again, FN is so spread out here.
Yeah.
And they just got a player knocked. It's actually Star Ward. Delwyn there found it. Let's look and see what happened here for Forest. You know, you don't have many great options. You lost players earlier. You've got a BRDM probably not in the best shape of its life. And you feel like, well, this match isn't going to go great. we can probably do something about this. Look at all these dragons
Look at this.
set up here by
Fucking
MRIA.
amazing.
And Olympus just slow rolls it in, and all of a sudden, they try to get out, but they can't.
Just look at them scatter. The defense was so good until it wasn't. And
that's the easiest way. That's the best way to get 4 kills right there. You know that?
Would you have wanted to try to push
Especially
that
in a
tower? That would've
PUBG
felt
fucking
terrible.
tournament.
FN looks like they're going to spot out Twisted in their approach. Perfecting
That's
now
pretty cool.
Breakers, man. He's putting in work.
Yeah, he was really
Guarantee
good
yourself
during
4
the PWS,
kills.
So obviously, it's tough for FN Pochon not having Rex here, who is even better than Breakers.
Now they're
Star
sitting at
player,
8
but
kills for the
still
match.
recovering from that injury he suffered at EWC. And getting a little bit of help with that. Lyrics, though, finding some grenades. Nurans as well. Al-Qadsia had to make their move. You're talking about this, Matt, and they are getting cut apart here. Some great throws from E-Arena are denying them entry.
I mean, there's nowhere to go. They still even have Na'Vi that's taking the shots in the backside of Al-Qadsia. This is just a wing and a prayer, seeing if they can even at least get into somewhere that's remotely safe. Now it's going to be D. He's got himself a Panzerfaust to maybe knock on the doors of E-Arena's compound, but not having too good of a revealing position. At least managed to get away from the Na'Vi sightlines for now. New circle pops, and now E-Arena also going to have to move as well as Na'Vi. Farm pretty much out of it.
I wonder if E-Arena got a spot onto that Panzer. They dropped down out of that window pretty quickly. Now you're going to have to get a little lucky with some of these bounces from the frags. Going in deep, but they're not finding a ton of damage on
I've never thought about clearing a fucking warehouse that way.
Softening up E-Arena, but not really enough.
Grenades?
Make
Yeah.
this move. Cowboy at least
From
finds
the
some
side
damage
like
onto
that?
Jacob. That might open up an avenue through. Another
Oh,
grenade
for those
does
open
hit
windows?
onto
Yeah.
Opons really nicely.
Yeah.
So here we go.
I've thrown flashes in like that.
Picks around, does get the knock. Any
Oh,
points
the
that you
gap
can find
between
for
pros
Al-Qadsia
and
would be great, but
normal
E-Arena wants to
people
get their
and normals
defense.
are
But look at this,
definitely
Al-Qadsia's
massive.
1-2 punch of D and Cowboy, finding everything that they wanted in that push.
Bro, they process and move so freaking fast, I
These two
can't even
players are
comprehend
something
it.
Special. They have come in, and there are no land jitters for them. Oh God, here we go again. This time
Another
it's
one.
DL for the.
Another
oh my
one.
Goodness! Oh, the Expendables.
Oh.
This is they're dead. There's nothing they can do.
That wizard tower is cursed. Don't go near it, but explodes a bit too early.
Little too
So that
soon.
means that we do have Duck Juice still alive. And here comes the reinforcements for the Freaks. BRDM rolls right in, and Duck Juice hears it. He knows.
Come up
he
here and block
knows,
the door.
What, oh, what Freaks are you going to do? It's going to be hard to push in. It looks like they're just trying to deny out the angle, maybe?
Well, yeah, they're trying to figure out exactly where he is so they can start throwing util in. They've got some stuns. They're going to come through. Stuns out on the other side. Meanwhile, Na'Vi having a tough go of it here. Jacob holding the upstairs, but he's going for the heal. It's a duel, and it's going to be Sosid with the timing.
Oh, but look down below, the push instantly to see if it could be exploited. Again, it's the duo from Al-Qadsia chasing in, seeing if they can find and exploit this. Does manage to pick up one more point and playing off the angle. Nades go low. Good throw coming from Ferris, though.
That is a really nicely timed grenade there. See if he can find the flush. Thinking about the res here now. Cowboy as well, trying to probably work things out with D to see if they can get him back up on his feet. Eventually,
Yeah,
Baron
that's pretty.
is going to go down.
I mean,
No longer
you
gonna
could
be
clear it
lording
with
over this circle.
mollies and
Forest,
stuff too. That'd be pretty
that
cool.
Crazy play. A couple
Then
insane
it
C4
just goes in
maneuvers
and
that we've seen here
explodes
so
and
far. Ferris
travels everywhere.
to find the finish, but that grenade didn't connect, so now he suspects that they might have gone left. Gonna throw the grenade in to go for the finish, doesn't connect.
Oh, he's committed into the res right now. Can he get it off in time? Does manage to do it. Blue zone right up on top of him. Utility starting to come out. Cowboy playing the other side of the wall. D trying to get his meds up. Instantly taking down Ferris. Spots him yet again. Other side of it extends. That is going to be Na'Vi that manages to take down Al-Qadsia, who's been on a rampage. But that means that now Na'Vi has their eyes set on seeing if they can get out of the farm position while FN is going to be coming in from the south. Freaks playing from the compound we saw them take just a moment ago, but 17 was still all of their members up in control of the west.
This would actually be the best spot possible for another C4. If 17 had one, they could just roll it down this hill, and there's absolutely squat that the Freaks can do about it. But I haven't seen them at least think about it just yet, so maybe they're one of the few teams in this lobby who seemingly doesn't have one. FN, you're going to have to make a move, but they've got a lot of zone control. They're going to have a ton of information. They're going to know about the Na'Vi 2 surviving players up to their north. So I think that might be kind of
BDRM and
mission here
C4
for
would
FN
be pretty
Pochon,
OP,
is
to
make
be
sure
honest.
that Navi's dealt with and then make your move. Ferris looking to see if there's any lurking players behind them still. And potentially, I don't know if he's going to be able to get too much further into that circle because he's going to chunk out just getting to that car. But FN Starlord not really in a position to do much about that. FN just holding their ground, not making any moves just yet.
Well, a lot of the high ground that we see 17 playing from, they're going to lose.
That place right there is has been destroyed. You know that?
Freaks. And on top of that, now Na'Vi in the
I wish that you could. I wish buildings would explode in this.
Being able to kind of push down that hillside as well. So 17 might have to actually shift
Would be
more
nice.
down into the south and put them closer to FN.
I wish that, like, if it was like Sandhawk and these buildings would start breaking apart.
To find some way to path in.
That way, that
really like to see
Wizard Tower wouldn't be as strong of a position.
3-1 split going somewhere, some way, and take some zone control here, because right now they're being a little bit too passive for my taste. They've still got a 4-man. Yes, 17's a threat up on that hillside. But if you can find some safety from their position, you can at least hunker down and set yourself up for a defensive fight. Keep
they're pushing in
as well.
I mean, you got to go now, so they at least have Star-Lord that's scouted out. Getting into this position is good.
This is a dangerous position.
Rocks to try to deny out the angle from 17, but that leaves them pretty vulnerable to Na'Vi's angle. So that's why they've got the UAS there to try to protect up. 17, do they think that they have enough smoke down on this wall? Yep, they're just going to try to go for the brute force on it. Xiao Wu going to be leading the way, 7-7 back behind him. Heaven trying to fend in. Nade's going to be prepped up, and there's just so much over here for cover. Can we see the nades come out? Good toss lands right on top of him. 2 down. Heaven trying to hold the line up. Goes for another toss. Going to be a bit too far. 7-7 can't quite spot him. The Doritos being enough. Finally, 7-7 manages to get the knock he was after.
Oh, 7-7 steps back. Heaven was cooking a grenade there. Here comes some more. Human trying to do what he can to clean it up. A little ghost on point with the spray.
Okay, so 17 manages to get in position and might be able to get these reses back. It's going to be hard, though. So now, Na'Vi actually is going to be very focused in on FN, so FN can't get too involved. That should give 17 a bit more time to work around this one. Shots coming in, quick run in. This is a very bold just run in coming in from FN. They want to get rid of Na'Vi, realizing the vulnerabilities of that angle. So now FN, where do you go next?
This is really problematic, though, because FN needs times to get these reses through, and that's going to allow 17 to regroup,
now,
reestablish.
Unless FN has C4, this is, I think, the best position in the game. 17 did.
There are so many dead bodies, so many cars, tons of those Doritos that are there as well to set up this defense. I mean, this has got to be some really huge outplays with the guns for FN, and it's not going to be easy against a team of 17 Gaming's caliber.
It's definitely the best spot for this, for sure. Unless there's another C4. If one of these guys had C4, it'd be a ball game.
What we see, do you just play it bold and aggressive? Looks like that's not going to be FN. Instead, they're just going to try to go for a bit more safety, use vehicles for some cover, and that's going to give 17 a lot more to work from and a lot of different angles that they can try to play from.
Yeah, and this is smart by 17. You can do more damage to these vehicles. You know, if they start blowing up, then you're limiting FN's rotation options. I mean, honestly, as FN, if you can't find a knock here, you might actually just consider eventually going down to the blue. But they're going to try to play this forward, trying to get those angles. They're going to let breakers loose.
Interesting. They're still trying to get a bit more of an advance, but they're going with a slow and steady. See if they can peek around, use distractions, use the tree for any form of cover, but that means that any headshot on these shots that come in is going to be massive.
What a shot.
You go. You can see it's going to stall out, make it more vulnerable, but Xiao Wu takes a lot, so he actually has to retreat from the angle. That can open a bit more. Starting to see if maybe we can get some bounces. What's going to happen in this?
That was a smoke. It's all blue zone.
Is going to force them out enough.
It at least causes distraction. It might open up some space here for Karan or somebody else to make a bit of a maneuver. The problem is Lil Ghost is just a turret up here.
I mean, FN isn't even moving forward. The blue zone goes out. It does stall, but it doesn't feel like it gave them enough for what they wanted, and so FN is still backs up against the blue zone. They're going to have to move, and this is going to be problematic. They do have one member in Zenith that's going to be a bit close, but I mean, the other members of 17 still going to have cover to work with.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the logical conclusion here. You got Xiao Wu starting to hit headshots. Okay, Zenith does get Xiao Wu in response, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. You know, Karn had that level 3 gear. He's got the P90. He goes down to the blue 2. I think this is 17's game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard at that stage. There was so much cover down. 17 played that so well as just the graveyard there in the center of this circle as it was just car upon car.
Good game.
C4 is what, 4 times in that game? And 3 of them?
A lot.
2 of them were at that compound? I don't even know.
I think it was 3 at that compound. I mean, it was absolute madness. That was one of the most wild C4 games we've ever seen. It was just, you know, who's next up to bat? Who's got the next C4?
Paper, this is just game number 2.
Yeah.
What are we in for at this event?
Hopefully more.
Gonna get
Middle of that game. Poor
theft. Where do you...
Game 2? Game 6 madness. Wait, sorry, what? It's only game 2? Wait, what's going on? Oh no, this was a disaster. Of course, those 17 gaming, our previous 2-time PGS champions.
This was sweet right here.
And yes, I guess bang. Yeah, that's one way to describe it, Toffees, I suppose.
Would you say that game was explosive?
A little bit.
Yeah,
I'd go as far as to say.
I mean, at the end of the day, the MVP of this game was C4, and that's.
They were so happy with themselves too.
C4 over and over. Whether it was the silly fight on the hill where we saw 2 teams chase each other in circles with BRDMs, to the crashes, to the defense, to the breaches, and if it wasn't one of those 2 things, it was a Panzerfaust inside of a warehouse. This game was all about.
And I think that's something that everybody forgets is when you knock someone, they have a small second of invulnerability, so you can't just insta flush. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about the end of the game.
And I think we waste our ammo when we knock them and then immediately go for the flush because they're invincible for like 4 seconds.
100%. You won't see a pro go for the flush immediately.
This guy just did. Watch. Right here. He shoots the Panzer. Panzer shot right here, right? Immediately. It didn't do any damage on him. Instant flush, you see his damage level right here, right? No damage. See that? Yep. What's up, Guardian? How you doing, buddy? And I think that's something that we forget that happens. Oh, what a shot.
Now, I do feel, as we take a look back at this Wizard Tower once again, I really feel, whilst we kind of talk about, I don't even really want to talk about the end of the game. I want to talk about how I feel bad for Mission Ready International Alliance. They'd created a fortress. There were so many deployable flare cover there to be able to just kind of solidify what would 17-point win. Why do they always do this? And of course, big shout out to Xiao Wu here being able to take that.
Leaderboard. Oh, go back. Alkadesh still has 17 or 31 points, so they're still leading. 18 kills in 2 matches. They're going for it right now. 17, 18 points. So that means they got 1 the first game and 17 this game. Wild card map.
We're all right now in this lobby. I mean, just think about that. These young guns are coming in and they are making a splash.
Guardian Camaro says, Camaro Guardian says hello.
What up, Guardian?
We still have this
what up, G?
Talent that keeps rising up.
What up,
showcasing how much it still can be played inside
What's up,
this game.
John?
It's so great to look at as
G
we are set and getting
That's your name?
ready. I mean,
that's your name. That's your name, Guardian.
It's been wild already. It's
both have the same name.
Let's pop this one off.
Jonathan? John?
We are headed as
if he's just John, it's different.
I know, pretty centralized.
And it's just a J-O. J-O. It's a J-O-N. I've never seen anybody that name. J-O-N.
It's the same but different.
I don't
you Texas boys concern me sometimes.
I need you over
my kid, my youngest kid, my youngest boy, get on my nerves.
I'm not gonna, but
the way he calls me.
Job.
Like I will.
2 olds just slapping at each other.
Bitch.
We'd get tired before the fight would really even begin.
How the hell do you?
Most people make him drop along.
John Nithin?
No big surprise on that one. Yes, you can.
Kinda spelled how it's pronounced.
But might have some pathing problems later in the stages. So no surprise, most of our teams are just opting for an earlier.
I've never seen that name. I've never seen the name spelled like that.
17 and Twister kind of close to each other,
but my youngest boy right now is calling me John Nathan.
The VSS, the Angry Bees, VSS quite strong in a lot of players' hands right now in this meta. Yeah, Shen there does catch some damage, and
Jonathan.
Stuck. He has to wait for the
I see
pickup.
Jonathan.
Has a vehicle.
Trouble at the start of these games.
It's not been a good day for poor Lyrics.
See, and he spells his name that way, and mine is Jonath. J-O Nathan. J-O Nathan.
This is like what? I mean, if you count in the river, because that's eating up even more space. This is
What a circle pull. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I saw it during the regionals.
Shipyard.
Yeah, where it ended by Shipyard, but then it like ping-ponged like across the river, and it was just absolute madness.
Get him, Lyrics. Oh. Okay, Lyrics, here's your opportunity. What can you do with the pan? Pan versus VSS. Jump out. Oh, he tried for it, Lyrics. You might not have won the battle, but you won my heart in the attempt.
You got to respect the try. You never know when you get the lucky pan headshot, and all of a sudden the craziest.
I think your youngest kid's name. I've never heard that name before you though either.
This time,
Ethan? A-E-Y-T-O-N?
Yeah, never in my life.
You have, though. No, maybe not as a first name, but you definitely heard that name before.
Now all the way up into 14th above Mission Ready. Mission Ready, the receivers of a C4
think so.
last game.
You have.
And also
who was remember one of the Batman in the 90s? What was that guy's name?
I thought that was Keaton.
But Michael Keaton.
Do you name him? Is that where you got the name from?
No, absolutely not.
Of course, because they actually ran somebody over, but that's a great start to this game for them.
I will say that
I think all your kids got strangest names.
They were laughing quite a bit.
That's Rainbow?
I mean,
what Rainbow?
Victories as you can get
What the hell are you talking about?
Manage to chop down Mission Ready. Mission Ready going for an early rotate with Lou.
No, it's K-E-Y. K-E-Y-T-O-N.
Twisted reads that in Mission Ready as well. Salute also moving into the circle pretty early, but that's going to be more along the southern hillside along Army Base.
Yeah, Forest, man. Sometimes the Forest becomes the Lumberjacks, but let's hear from Rello after their big Game 1 win.
You know, we didn't set any of my kids up to be like professional baseball players or anything.
Yes, and how does it feel to be back?
I can tell you that much.
To be back on the international stage on LAN and
why?
13 kills and
Because we didn't name them two first names.
Oh, Michael John.
Yeah, like you got a bunch of these players out there. It's like John Michael or John Reed or
now is that their middle name or their last name?
Oh, that's pretty much together. No, it's not the last name.
Oh, because I got two first names too.
All I know is James.
James Michael.
Yeah. So like if you were playing baseball, they would never call you James. They would call you James Michael. Let's go, James Michael. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that'd be weird though.
But you know, they hyphenate their first name. It's like okay, that's kind of weird. Kind of weird what we're doing here.
I get people that call me Jim all the time. I'm like, dude, I don't know who the fuck you're talking to, but I'm not a Jim.
Oh, Jim Bob. That's another one, Jim Bob.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, they ain't got Jim Bobs in New York, bro.
Oh, Jim Bob Cooter.
No, we don't got any of that in New York.
I bet you do.
I bet we don't.
I bet you there's somebody in New York named Jim Bob.
No, that's a Mississippi thing, man.
Where they started out kind of slow, and then after that they just took over. But
let's search it.
They did kind of adjust their game.
It's a Mississippi thing. I'm not saying there isn't one that may exist, but I'm saying that I've never heard of it. It's very different here.
The biggest change I saw from them this phase was that they were willing to be more aggressive in the early. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought they only played on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
No. But
find Jim Bob yet?
To go back to my point, Freaks.
It's funny that Jim Bob Cooter popped up.
Which is something that used to not be in their play style. You're seeing them pull up on teams where they realize that.
You thought I was kidding about that name. I wasn't kidding about that name.
Get those points. We saw it in Game 1. So those kind of little adjustments that the Freaks have made to be more aggressive, to be more confident, have really been paying off for them.
So let's look.
Jim Bob Cooter.
We've got Petrichor Road, the only team that's really playing on Shipyard side. Then we've got on the other side of Shipyard, that's going to be Navi, who are feeling pretty good.
Never heard of it.
A bit of a split along the Army base hills.
All right, so he was a coach for the Jets, but where was he born?
Al-Qadsia, though, is
he was born in Fayetteville, Tennessee.
That'll do it.
Continuing their reign of terror
up in those mountains, those hollers, as you call them.
And not close to being full yet.
Well, if it's a,
you're seeing kind of the knock-on effects of
if it's in the worst Fayetteville at.
Having that confidence, so you're able to start hitting
I feel like Tennessee is almost more stereotypical Southern than
a little bit more
you're at.
advantageous. You're in a spot there to cover D, which is really nice.
They definitely got more of a Southern accent.
Kind of put into
they do not.
Pieces around this chessboard for Al-Qadsia. And Roth there gets a nice knock. You know, you're not going to be able to get a kill off of this, I don't think. But that doesn't matter. You're still doing damage. Yeah, that's
Fayetteville, Tennessee.
You know,
emotional damage too, in a way.
That's a
I want to go into the
emotional success, right? Whenever you're Al-Qadsia right now and you're getting these shots onto 17, after having these successes, you're starting to feel like everything's working. Oh, we can even take these fights against 17. Look at these shots that we're hitting onto them. It just continues the momentum. That's one of the reasons we talk about momentum so much in PUBG is the more you
got a lot of mountains in this area.
The more you feel you can take from the enemy, the more bold you will be in trying to take that, and therefore start setting up whatever you want to have happen. Salute wants to set up something for himself and just gives Kiss a little kiss.
I mean, it's in the mountain. It's okay. It's right below Nashville.
Other people to kiss of death, but Salute there, just waiting.
Because you get over here, you get over here, and now you get into the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Hot onto Scappy's heels. Salute as well. They know he's out there somewhere.
Just feeding the
here, obviously.
Salute, just charging around. I think that this is going to be enough to get some surrendered positioning at least. VP is also coming into the west of this a bit more.
Yeah, here though.
Way down to the south, down in the blue zone right now. In no apparent rush.
Are they getting the chips? That's the big question. Where it was the.
It's definitely pretty out in this area.
Game 1.
Yeah. So 4 a.m. It's just up to 4 a.m. right? What
Yeah.
do they do with those chips? Did they leave them? Did they do something wonky with them? We didn't see anything like we did in Game 1 where the Freaks blew up the car that had the chip in it. But who knows? It's hard to keep track of all that. As Salute still looking. Scappy not too far away, actually. And Salute is actually going to scoop up the sawed-off for himself. That's going to be even better if any more teams try to encroach on his territory. Chewy here thinking about the glider.
Well, speaking of encroachment on territory, look at this. FN actually opting and playing to the east. Back behind that is going to be Begapa. Begapa for Angry Men as well as Full Sense, the only teams that aren't quite in the zone yet. Hey, let's just go ahead and do some trick jumps while we've got a red zone going off trying to get into the safe zone. I mean, it's fine.
Can you imagine?
Oh.
If it just like hits right as he's going over. It'd be so cool if it happened though.
It would be cool, but it would also be a big feels bad.
Yeah, it would be a feels bad, but
Bro, I've started flying a glider more, and I'm learning how to do it.
See, that's like I know that the Agent of Chaos joke happens because I
What you wait so long?
evil things that can happen.
I don't want to fly.
Like the nature of what
Why?
PUBG is, right? Is there some
I don't know.
things that can happen to it? There's some brutality of the game. That's one of the
I think
reasons
it's fun.
I like it. You got to fight tooth and nail. For
It is fun,
But Full Sense.
but it's
just towards the red zone. Do manage to get in. Right, looks like
kind of hard to do whenever you have a full 4-man and everybody's like, "Oh my God, how would you get in the glider?"
Well, when you're on a squad, it's kind of selfish.
Yeah, but when you're
Because what happens is two people get in the glider, and then you get rolled up on, and you're dead. And you probably wouldn't have died if you had your other two teammates there. So now,
well, that's why if you're doing it for scouting purposes, instead of flying away from you, right? It's different. But if you're doing it for scouting, so if I'm flying ahead of y'all to look for a compound to see if it's taken before y'all get there, that's different than if we're on this map here and I'm on the other side of the map just flying around randomly shooting at people. That is definitely selfish.
well, come on, man, you know better. It starts out as scouting, and then it turns into just flying around in circles.
Not me. I don't do that.
We'll start picking you apart. We'll dismantle you, catch you at off angles. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at this. Got to be careful around the tree.
Me and Vinny won a game like that the other day. By the way,
it's awesome.
Just trying to crawl his way back.
I went the whole entire match. Didn't fire a single shot.
That are needed to keep his teammate alive.
Sounds like your type of match.
Oh, Tanvu as well spots out Cowboy. Big problems for Alcazar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just weren't in a good position.
So how'd you win if you didn't shot everybody?
This is a
Yep.
team that you cannot give opportunities to. The
We were flying around in a glider. He was getting kills in the glider.
Cloris does go down here.
And then toward the end, we finally we landed the glider and kind of walked in the zone, and he killed the last couple people.
Maybe sometimes stepping a bit too far.
He's a monster.
Just going to be playing full damage control.
He's a monster in Pachinki.
Absolutely. I can't stand going to Pachinki. That is the rattiest place in the whole map.
What's that city over there? Kind of below Stalber. Yaz, I think?
Yaz, yeah.
That's pretty goddamn ratty.
Yeah, but Pachinki's worse because it has a bunch of little angles. At least in Yaz, it's a bunch of big buildings. But in Pachinki, it's nothing but small little buildings that see each other.
Yeah.
Because if you walk out between two buildings in Pachinki, you're gonna get shot down. Every time, not even a question.
Behind the rest of them crossing the bridge just now. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get in some more BRDM shenanigans.
Yeah, this was I think Forrest getting hurt by VP.
Stole his BDRM. Look at him.
Hubris. Going for the kill and just the instantaneous
That's why you gotta have two people in the BDRM.
That's PUBG, baby.
One person get out and the other person stay in.
Oh, speaking of bonkers, Duck Juice does get one, and he's even able to find the flush before he goes down. FN rolling up late into this circle, and the Expendables getting caught, very spread out. They still have a couple players up by Roth. And there it is, the Baron claiming his prize.
The BRDM Baron right there. Stealing from the rich to give to the poor, i.e. himself in that situation is...
VP were the peasants in this one.
Hey, you remember us freaks? You were messing with us. Oh no, you don't want to roll in there. He's got a Panzerfaust. You fought so hard for it.
He took a bunch of damage. Didn't get knocked from that somehow.
Oh, but he's got friends all around him. Yeah.
What a circle pull.
Doesn't matter.
Army base. I don't think I've. Well, I have.
Once or twice.
I don't know that I've ever had it finished in Army base, though.
RDMs getting huge C4 kills. Obviously, that isn't going the way they want. Now, Twisted Minds has Bagel Pod driving up on top of them. It's a 1-for-1. Yeah, Sungjong, but Perfectix has a really nice off angle, maybe.
I mean, that was just a very quick reaction. Park Pro still alive right now, not getting flushed out. They have to be careful because Example is actually coming up back behind them. Could backstab this. Perfectix going to be rolling in as well. Not the cleanest angles to work with right now, but it looks like it is Example feeding that information over to Perfectix. They're trying to set up to see if they can get a crossfire onto this. Maybe, or are they just trying to scout it out? I mean, they're not really pushing too hard into this one. Perfectix maybe not being too comfortable with the cover that was going to be over there.
Yeah, and I mean, you know that it's Twisted Minds. This is a team that is going to be very, very fearsome in any fight that you take against them. So better safe than sorry here for Sungjong. Doesn't want to really mess with that too much longer. Mission ready. He's got full sense up there. Okay, FN isn't going to get their res, so that's a nice pickup there after taking out Duck Juice.
Mission ready got some friends pretty close in FS. Gonna be careful.
Right, bear back.
Tanvu for the Expendables also going to be able to spot this out. Looks like they're going to go a bit wide in this. Mission ready doing a good job. You can see that Michael's already very far ahead. Full Sense taking some damage, but also giving some in retaliation. It's actually going to be Tanvu that got the damage into that, providing more of a path for Mission ready to try to escape this area.
Yeah. Mission ready. Really dialed in towards Full Sense. Chewy striking from behind. Artix going down. That's a pretty easy one, and no one's really there to help.
Hey,
and here comes the reinforcements.
All right, and that opened it up perfectly, man. That was all timed the exact way Petrichor Road wanted it. A couple of shots going to at least force them down into the lower section, but I mean, you can see a lot of already been spotted out, but we'll go up on top, doing a good job on just trying to control this for the rest of the team.
Pretty sure I saw a P90 floating around here in Slam's hands as well, so going to be a little bit tricky. Bagel Pa might have a role to play in this. Sungjong pretty darn close to the back end of this fight. I think if you see another knock or two both ways, maybe Bagel Pa thinks about getting involved, but they're still dealing with Twisted Minds, so I take it back. In fact, they're hemorrhaging players. Twisted Minds has broken through their formation, and they're cutting them down.
Petrichor Road, they're trying to figure out how they want to go through this one. As it did feel like Petrichor Road, with the drop coming in, as well as getting the knock and the flush early, had the positioning that they wanted to, but Slam's done a good job of just kind of holding this down, slowing back down the pace on everything, as we are going to continue to move in around Army Base just to the south of it. So very messy hillside, a lot of strengths, a lot of ravines that you can play from, a lot of foot pushing. So big strength, and you've got to keep your head on a swivel as you move into this new circle where a lot of teams, specifically over to the east, are just going to have a death funnel right along these compounds that Petrichor Road and Slam are playing from.
Yeah, this is going to be really difficult. Even for Twisted Minds, they've taken a nice fight here against Bagel Pa and gotten them down to 2 players. So now they have the numbers advantage. But even if they win this fight, going more deep into this game is going to be rather tricky. And so the objective becomes find those kills. That smoke definitely going to reveal Akan's presence. He's trying to figure out some way to get out of this bad situation. And quite frankly, there aren't a ton of great options. You've got Na'Vi up there. You've got Twisted behind you. You know, no matter which direction you choose, seemingly going to be a very low percentage play for Akan up there, and Sungjong's just trying to rat. He doesn't want any piece of this anymore.
And Twisted, which way do you go? As there is a small path that maybe you can navigate. 4 Angry Men just going to go plug themselves into the circle.
There's a damn party going on behind me over here.
Be careful that they've got the Expendables
Lights.
a bit further to their west, and up to the northwest of them is going to be Full Sense.
So I can connect them to my computer, and they will pulse based on the
audio.
Yeah, on the audio or the music or whatever, whichever one I set it up on.
Really complicated because you're looking every single angle, every tree, every rock, every hill is going to have somebody behind it.
I like the way you said that. This is complicated, to say the least. For 17, they're trying to find an angle into a fight. Sungjong now out in the open. He's been spotted, and Twisted Minds wants to finish what Bagel Pa started after they took out their IGL and Batulins. They will get Sungjong down. That's going to be example. He's going to find that knock. Akan trying to do what he can, but he's on the outside looking in, and he's in a world of trouble. The blue, of course, compounding matters for him. Twisted Minds just happy to kind of keep leapfrogging their way forward. Again, you just got to find kills here, Twisted.
This is interesting how it all intersects, right? 4 Angry Men moved forward, denied out 17. 17 has now had to shift up into the northwest. They're lined up against Slam, who can't move anymore. They're lined up, remember, against Petrichor Road that we saw earlier. So that means that now Twisted is locked back in. So these 2 different firefights that we were watching back to back have led to where now Twisted is having to firefight through way more teams than they wanted to.
These people are so good, it makes me mad.
All she wrote for Begapa, but Twisted, you still got a firefight ahead of you. If you want points, you want kills, there's an opportunity to be had. But Na'Vi looks like they're actually going to be coming up right back behind Petrichor Road. Big firefight starting to happen in multiple areas here as Na'Vi is going to be brute forcing into Petrichor Road, and they've got to figure out how they're going to handle it.
Yeah, Boostic cracked out of his mind, having a just unbelievable day to his international debut. Gonna have just enough time there to get the first aid to go. Lou looming, has that M249, wants to put it to good use. Nope, gonna be denied. It's Boostic again.
Okay, but still not done. Still got to go. We've got Freaks, we've got Na'Vi, we've got Petrichor Road, 17, Slam, Twisted, all lined up. This is just brutal firefighting back and forth along a hillside with not a lot of cover, not a lot of vision to be had as you're maneuvering through here. Example, trying to see if he can spot out.
I may set up my camera and go live on TikTok for the baseball game, for the ball game tonight.
As long as you won't get trouble streaming that.
Go streaming it, because they stream it to the Game Changer.
Gotcha.
In hand, level 3 gear. This is a really tough fight now for the Freaks, who looked like they might be able to get some good damage with grenades to soften them up. Instead, it's 17's turn. They're claiming lives.
Everything is just falling.
But it's just so it's just so hard for me to do.
For 17, They're finding the angles. Heaven does get some vision onto Xiao Bei, slows him down a bit, but no fear coming out. He's going to go for the throwable right up against the blue zone wall. 7-7's just going to charge this one forward. VP's Nixie is very far away from this one, but could have some vision, depending on how the pathing happens.
Kind of wish I had the game changer stuff. That way I could do it myself. But I'm not interested in paying for it.
Has to be careful because they have somebody that's going to be passing over them in Batulans.
That guy just took an adrenaline shot with a. He just took a first aid with a booster in his hand.
You can never count them out. When they've got 4 members up,
it's not bugged. What are you talking about?
When they've got 1 or 2, it feels
not a bug. It's a feature.
Absolutely unload on everybody around them. 4 Angry Men has to retreat. They have to run, but now that puts them right back over next to Xiao Wu.
This is not fun for Lou. He's just in trouble. I mean, good luck. Yeah, you're dead. It's just an easy one for Tigger. And his full sense has to kind of batten down the hatches here a bit. 17 Gaming with that fearsome level 3 gear after a nice successful fight against the DN Freaks. Even though Heaven does manage to escape somehow, some way, I do appreciate that we got Batulans back into this game somehow for Twisted.
7-7 actually stayed really far back over here to see if maybe he could take down Heaven. Heaven takes him down. The other members for 17, remember, they were down next to where we saw Lou at for 4 Angry Men. So with FS taking the shots onto the 4 Angry Men's last member, that means that 17 now knows where at least 1 member for Full Sense is going to be and spotted out the other ones. And now that means that they're going to have way more opportunities in how they want to navigate this. But remember, Heaven, as well as Nixie, are still caught on the outside of this. Nixie spots out Heaven, so he goes down. The dominoes continue to fall.
Yeah, well, Nixie's very far outside of this circle. 17 here thought might have a moment to go for a grenade to try to get the knock on to Flash. They lit him up. They had to have known it. They just couldn't find the comfort. You know the Expendables are hungry. You know they're going to be looming behind you if they're given the opportunity. The good news here for 17 is that actually FN rolled up into the Expendables backside and is keeping them kind of pinned down from making maneuvers that they would probably otherwise normally make. Nixie trying to get in E-Arena, fortifying that northeast side to try to barricade from that player. They know he's out there. They saw the kill feed. They'd heard those shots. For sure going to be watching that. Delwyn on top of Xiao Bei. I'd like to see maybe FN get involved in this fight if it kind of kicks off, if it takes a long time. Maybe there's a knock or two, a lot of damage, a lot of shots ringing out. Xiao Wu gets a spot.
Oh, that is big. How well is it cooked? Dropping it right back behind him. The bounce does get some damage, but doesn't get the knock he wants. That does mean that Delwyn has to pop up, creep forward just a bit. Tanvu tries to come up back behind him, but Xiao Wu reads it well. Throwables coming out. Now it looks like he has to step away. No options. He gets taken down. Xiao Bei, last one up over here. 17 just didn't have any options. They had to push onto this angle. It was the only vulnerable position that they could have gone for, but now it's going to be Xiao Bei getting spotted out by Tigger on the other side.
Well, he is not long for this lobby, I think. This one is a pretty desperate position to be in. Those are good angles on both sides. There's even a blue zone set up in his path towards the new circle to try to prevent him from getting in. And Xiao Bei just doing a little bit of peeking around the tree, but not going to be much else that he can do but try to survive a little bit longer. Maybe he gets lucky, gets an extra placement. Nope, just going to go down, and that is 8th place.
Well, FN did actually shift over with 2 of their members. Remember the fact that they still also have 1 member all the way over into the west, hanging out over there, pretty close to Roth, who is still alive, by the way. So the 2 members for FN Ponchon over here to the south.
Notice every time that somebody you shoot, you're doing a lean.
All right, Al-Qadzia, just keep it going. I mean, we know that Roth, this is a guy that
every time people shoot, they're leaning. You notice that?
He's got full stealth mode, no backpack, man.
Yep.
Heck yeah. That was Karan, the player that FN had rezzed some time ago. So not really much that he could do there.
Ran right by him.
Finally striking towards the Expendables and Batulans.
This is how this area goes.
Oh, he didn't look. He didn't look. He didn't see him. He didn't see him.
And remember, Batulans got rezzed, right? He came back in over here, so he's got nothing. Nothing. This PGS is just absolutely ludicrous, and I love every aspect of it. Roth trying to peek around, but remember, he did go down and take out one of the members for FN a second ago, so this is going to be Breaker swinging back around. Finally takes down the behemoth at the top of the leaderboard.
I'm having a blast today.
This is just fun games.
But look at this. Batulans is like, I heard some footsteps behind me. Maybe I should move and try to see if I can maybe eke out a few more placement positions, because he's got literally nothing. And it's just a matter of time, you would think, until somebody just spots him out. But it's just a question of how long can he hide himself. It's a completely different game that he's playing than everybody else in the lobby.
Whenever those footsteps happen over him, I just imagine the exclamation point just pop over his head. Be like, what? Fine. But hey, he's in circle.
Crate? Can I hide in it?
He's in circle again. All right, so the Expendables finally get eliminated. FN do spot them out. So FN gets pretty much control over the southwestern area, but not going to have too much to work with in circle. Mission Ready, who we haven't had a chance to talk about a lot, and E-Arena, who did manage.
He's right in the center. I mean, he's right on the edge, though, so he's going to be in trouble here.
The west and the north, respectively. FS has been kind of popping off over into the east, so FN and FS are going to be our two moving factors coming into the circle.
Yeah, I think one of the big questions that I kind of have rolling around my mind.
What's up, Shell?
As Mission Ready and as E-Arena, you know, what do you do? How do you kind of navigate this situation? You kind of have one of those handshake agreements where one team says, "Okay, we're going
Billy Allen,
east or north or whatever."
Oh, Billy Allen.
Leave each other alone because you've got great
Billy.
opportunities here as the only two teams with 4 players up to really get deep into this game.
Well, E-Arena owns a lot of the circle, but look what they're dealing with. It's all uphill. So while they have control of the area for now, they have to be very cautious due to the vulnerabilities of the position and the way that it's going to be set up.
Oh, what a nasty shot.
What in the world?
Just could not happen.
Dude, Delwyn, double headshots and then finds another knock. Shen tries to get aggressive up close and personal, and usually he's one of the best in the world at that, but the drop shot from Delwyn absolutely.
The drop shot is something I absolutely cannot do.
Nothing he can do. Meanwhile, Breakers has found Gats.
A lot of shit in this game I absolutely cannot do.
So what?
There's a lot of shit in this game I cannot do.
They're answering back. Star-Lord goes
Yeah.
down. Fox able to stand tall, but you're losing players here as Mission Ready, and you're giving
Top 4 and Batulins and Twisted Minds made it with one player. It just landed and laid down on the ground.
Vanadol for FS does look like he's shifted over into the south. He's stretching his legs over there to see if maybe he could backstab into this. Mission Ready, yeah, they've got high ground to work with, but you can see due to the control angles from the low ground that E-Arena is working with, they can't really.
I mean, bruh.
So sneaky.
There's no way.
The best snake in the world.
How is
He's going to see him definitely when he comes running back, though. There's no way to not see him.
No.
There's no way.
No. Batulins gets these.
This is absolute madness. He can't make too much noise here. The good news is when you're prone, like the sound cues don't go very far. It's like 5 meters.
Okay, here's an interesting idea. No bias on this one, but Thanadol is kind of isolated right now. If he were to go down and get flushed,
he could scoop up his gear.
He could scoop up the
gear.
What
if this? Here's my ideal scenario. Thanadol gets really weak, and Batulins sneaks up behind him and punches him, takes his stuff. Dude, that'd be so
Yeah,
cool.
but then he'll get instantly swung on by the other members.
I know.
But I love the idea. I was thinking about it too.
I'm just praying for the most ridiculous stuff. That's it.
That's been today.
Yeah.
Give me more. That's all I want. I'm a simple man. I see silly things happen in PUBG. Give me more.
It's been quite a game. Well, let's see what Mission Ready can do. Given a little bit of space on the edge of the circle, they've got that hill kind of that they're able to barricade a little bit. You can see Michael already setting up some extra fortifications with the vehicles, with the foldable shield, and he's got the level 3 gear. He's got that mark.
Could you imagine, though?
Feels comfortable enough to go for a drink of water. Love it. Love the confidence.
Being this good?
Could you imagine? Could you imagine that guy getting thirsted, right? Getting killed and thirsted, and then Batulins taking his gear and his weapons and actually winning the game. Could you imagine?
Cool. This guy's playing like you.
I mean, he has absolutely nothing. So he's kind of in a bad spot.
It's in a pickle.
That you use for the extra movement will create louder noises. So again, if you're prone, you're crawling like this. I think it's about 5 meters, maybe even less. So it's a really short distance. And look how he's keeping himself evenly spaced away from Thanadol. So
you're jealous.
He doesn't give up that info. This is really, really smart. Just
Bro, I can do this.
To stay as far behind him as he can.
He wants that grass so bad. He just wants any form of cover.
The circle is actually the issue.
Yeah, and that's right on his heels as well.
I would run up to him right now and just scream in his ear.
Dude. Nobody was revealed yet, and E-Arena doesn't have an ankle on his. Oh, Thanadol does take some shots.
Come on.
He's got the smoke out.
Slow it down.
He's right on the edge. He's okay. He's okay.
Everything's fine. Imagine Thanadol peeks back behind him right now and just sees a dude near on naked with nothing. Oh! No!
He heard him last second.
All right.
Yep.
Gotta look back. Batulins, okay, yeah, they're happy. Batulins living his best life. He stole so many placement points where he shouldn't have.
He hurt him on that last little move.
Finds Vox. More grenades starting to rain in. It's created a bit of a funnel here on top of Mission Ready. E-Arena knows it too. Mission Ready in a really dangerous position to throwables right now, hoping to get this res through. Michael has a P90 as well. And he's
gotta respect the effort.
Hold off right there, E-Arena.
You know how many games I finished second place because of that?
Down into the same position that E-Arena is going to be playing from.
And they got the gun you don't, so.
Right up top of this is going to be
they've got a gun you don't, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
I went into solo squads one time and finished second place. Never picked up a weapon. Never picked up anything. Just kind of me, myself, and my outfit.
Caught up in everywhere in full sense, starting to get the idea that this could be an opportunity. Lyrics, though, does spot out one.
Think about how this game started for E-Arena. If Lyrics can somehow come through and pull this out, he's prone, though. He's surrounded. He's down. It's going to be full sense getting a win here. The Thai squad holding firm throughout that game.
Full sense with the full
not to be confused with MARI.
Yeah. Everything that they wanted.
IRA.
As I'm getting everything that I wanted. This PGS.
Look at their all good water like they just came off the court or something.
Really, I mean, we've gotten a little
I just do it in mid game.
I mean, we have.
They just came in from the field.
That map, especially when you talk about sort of what happened in the blue and escaping from those fights. Alcacea still holding that top lead, even with that last game where they got knocked out a little bit earlier and had to salvage.
All right, man. I think I'm gonna go run to Home Depot.
Their consistency has been impressive.
Propane.
No, I got one of like the kitchen drawer with the silverware in it. Slide thing on the bottom of it broke. So now if you're not careful, it'll like completely fall out of the cupboard.
Oh, I love that.
So I just got to go get new slides and.
It's like cabinet roulette, bro.
It's dangerous if you're not paying attention. It's dangerous.
Exactly.
And then you have a fork go right through your foot or something. Good.
Fine.
I think I'll go by the time I go do that and stuff. Take a while.
All those things kind of snowball into these crazy situations.
Get you some heat stuff for the room, because it's only, or for your house, because it's only gonna get colder.
I know. I just the heater in my garage just takes like a barbecue tank, so I just keep two of those.
That's what I said. So get some propane.
Really nice games in the previous.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's Evan Poach on here.
I gotta go to Tractor Supply and get 2 pallets of pellets, but I don't really care for unloading 2 tons of pellets.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. That's why you need to get you a tractor with some forks on the front of it.
That's what I'm saying. See, I'm trying anything I can to justify it.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Cool, 20 grand.
But you can't take it with you.
That is a troublesome one for
Saying.
sure, but still, if they can.
What am I working for?
Can't take it with you, but it's nice to have it while you're here.
Going to be scooping up some nice guns. S12K Vector really strong in these.
If I ever have kids, they can make their own money.
Cut down by Tanadol.
Yeah. You got to get ready to start your family business. You know.
FN.
That's what's up.
Really trying to press their advantage, but they're going to pay the price.
Even though your family business is the same as the business that your daddy already started, but that's beside the point.
And the business my daddy's running is the same that my granddaddy started. It's 3 generations.
The family tradition.
That's what it is. Yeah, my mom does smoke pot, so.
Yeah. Your dad is in the waste management business.
Yeah.
This has just been a good rally back coming up from Full Sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
name is Mr. Soprano.
Tanadol, your match from our previous one, well deserved.
All right, bud, go do that.
Absolutely knocked it out.
And
continuing right where he
I bought some lights for the house. I'm probably gonna put those up in a little bit. Or it's too late.
New light fixtures?
No, some those permanent outside lights.
Oh yeah. They like all the multicolor.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But she bought 500 foot, and I'm pretty sure that'll go almost around the house. So we're gonna see about that one.
Go your day up on a ladder.
Oh, good support on the side.
Yeah, not interested in that, to be honest.
I think they just stick up to the soffit with double-sided tape. Don't they?
Well, there's little nail. They got little damn. You can put them up with double-sided tape, but they won't stay up for long if you do that. Especially as wet as it is around here, the double-sided tape would be bad. Or yeah, as humid as it gets around here, the double-sided tape won't stay long.
I'm sure they got little clips. I'm sure they can't be too tough.
Well, there's little like small little like vinyl nails or whatever. Underneath your lip of your house, you just pop one little tap nails.
Yep. Make sure you get red, white, and blue going around that bitch.
Yeah, America. Just depends on how. Just depends on how big they are, how much they go, how far it goes.
I mean, I know you're gonna have that rainbow.
I agree.
Oh, we're definitely gonna have the rainbow going.
Hard shifts like
American flag wouldn't be bad.
We didn't see any other fights, like the desk was.
Yep, that's what I'm planning on doing, in the rainbow around it.
Some hot drops, but so far we didn't get anything.
Express yourself, man. Don't hold
Gamers TTV, grow your string with botliva.com. AI chatbots. Who is okay, so here's my question. Do you know
maybe not
L Snake X2?
Not yet.
Never heard of that in my life. I don't, is that a person?
Yeah. He's in 5 different Discords, right? He's in my Discord. He's in the Expanding Legion, which is Expanding Butter. He's in Vision's Discord, Coyote's Discord, and PUBG Battlegrounds Discord.
He ain't mine.
Well.
What do we have here?
Oh.
What's
Hello.
up, fellas?
How's the nor'easter treat?
It's not terrible, to be honest.
They made it sound like it was gonna be like the end of the world.
Yeah.
17-foot waves.
That's how they get the markets empty.
How you feeling, Vinny?
I'm feeling a lot better.
Good. Finally got rid of your black lung. That's good.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what's funny? So my boss calls me, right? Like, I think 2 days ago. And he's like, hey, could you send your payroll card, this, that, and the other thing? I'm like, yeah, I got you. He goes, oh, he's like, I'm sorry for being upset about you calling out. He's like, I ended up having to go to the hospital or like the urgent care. I said, why? He goes, I have pneumonia in both my lungs. He's like, I think I might have got you sick, and we just didn't know it. I'm like, you were sick that whole time? And he goes, yeah. He's like, remember I had you digging the holes and stuff by yourself, and like, cause I kept running out of breath. And I was like, yeah, I do actually. And he goes, yeah, come to find out, I had pneumonia this whole time. I'm like, oh, great. I don't know if that's what I got.
What a guy.
Right.
I mean, you got what I had all of September.
He's spreading the love, you know?
I think I might have had a combination of chemical exposure plus like a little bit of sickness. Because I was using a membrane cleaner for like 6 hours straight the day before I got sick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's not simple. You know what I mean?
Trouble here, potentially for the Freaks, but
yeah,
it's not like some purple power.
That's really nice driving.
No. It's literally like a roof, like for roofing. Like you use it like when you're laying down a rubber roof. You use the membrane cleaner to clean out. It's for patches. Like you like rip like all the shit off of the roof, so that the adhesive actually works. The adhesive and primer.
Sounds pretty potent.
No, it's potent. You can smell it. It's bad. He's like, are you sure you think it was the cleaner? He's like, because I didn't. I feel like because we were outside. He's like, I didn't smell it at all. And I was like, you didn't use it. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I was like, I was the one doing that part of the work. I was going around cleaning all the sections that needed to be patched. You were going around patching them.
He's the boss, so it's his job to make sure that he underplays any issues that he may have caused you.
He's the boss, so it's his job to make sure you get sick, and he doesn't. Okay?
Hey, he ended up getting sick anyway.
Kilometer or so before he even encounters Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's just kind of classic arena. They are one of the teams that really enjoys using those gliders on this map and has been part of their MO and part of their success, part of why they've done pretty well. You know, fifth in APAC, and not the best start to the day, but still a few more matches. We're over the halfway mark. We're into match number 4, but definitely this is where a lot of teams, that kind of started the day off rough, will kind of flip a switch and start picking it up.
I mean, Miramar to end the day as well after this gives you a lot of opportunities. You can't, especially for a team like Arena, whenever we were looking at who's been taking.
Well, I was just heading out to go to Home Depot.
Right it up, not in the best position on the leaderboard overall, but given the fact of what's kind of been happening to them before they can even really get a vehicle or get any loot, it's kind of shocking.
Yeah, I'm gonna be heading out pretty soon to go to the market.
That's true.
I want steak tonight.
Oh hell, you gotta get a ribeye though.
Sliding on in, just north of Hunshan, and they are
Good old ribeye.
Hey, you getting a ribeye?
Teams until you get to Forest to the north of that.
Good old T-bone.
And they are going to be kind of locking that position down.
I do like
of
it.
course, a couple revive stations in the area, but that's no longer
It's hard to fuck a ribeye up.
Test track and hardships.
Yeah, it's hard.
We've done it. We have
wicked hard.
It's really not. It's really not that hard to fuck up. It's not really that hard to mess one up. What are you talking about?
So a ribeye? Yeah, you gotta try pretty hard to mess up a ribeye.
No, you don't. All you gotta do is cook it for 8 minutes per side, and you'll fuck it up.
All right. Well, if you've ever cooked a steak before, you know it's not normal.
It is. That is a normal way to cook a steak, but that's a well done steak.
That's what I'm saying. It's not normal. Nobody is.
Bro, you don't know a lot of people apparently, because there's some people if you see any red in that steak at all, they won't even look at it. They won't touch it.
And if I cut that bitch open and it's solid gray, I'm gonna eat it, but I'm gonna complain the whole time.
There are some people that cook their steak so well done that it's dry that they pour a whole gallon of sauce on it just to make it wet again.
So I don't know about
make it moisture again, you know.
I'm poor enough to where I'm eating steak no matter how it's cooked.
Oh, you do.
Yes, I am. I'm not throwing away a steak. Happened.
Yeah, I'd eat it too. Especially nowadays, dude. You're paying like 20.
In today's economy.
Yeah, I paid $20 for that 1 pound of beef. I am not throwing that sucker away. I'll eat it. I'm gonna bitch, but I'll eat it.
In today's economy, I could never.
Money's harder to come by, you know?
Yeah, especially when you've been shut down for 2 weeks.
They'll get paid.
I haven't got paid. No, we're not getting paid. What are you talking about?
Kiss out of the lobby early again, and Shen, not much left to do, but try to get the hell out of here. Because he cannot find the angle.
They don't pay you back at the end?
Close, but that grenade just took a funky bounce.
Yeah, so you just go a month without getting paid and see what happens. See how you feel about it.
I understand, but you're gonna get paid eventually, right?
Yeah, but how does that?
You'll get back pay, right?
How does that help for? How does that help for the people that they're expecting to get paid from when I get paid that are just not gonna? They just don't get paid. And not only that,
I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I'm saying, but you're gonna get the. It's not that you're working for free, just you're not getting paid right. You're kind of like a subcontractor.
Oh, I'm not working at all right now, so it's all good. So if I get paid for not working, I'll be fine. But the problem is, don't pay your house note and let them add a fee to it and see. It really doesn't help you that a lot.
Doesn't need to have the hands on the keyboard currently because
that's important to savings.
Yeah,
you gotta have a little net.
There's normal Americans do not have a savings. What are you talking about?
Should.
In this economy, I don't think so, bro.
In this economy, dude.
It's impossible in this Biden economy.
Some players are starting to try to figure that one out.
Yeah, you need to just start like putting that out into the universe more.
No, you gotta have at least 2-3 months of your bills put away for the this type of shit.
Yeah, I would say, like, if your monthly expenses are like, let's say 4 or 5 grand, you have to try and aim for at least like 15, 20K in the bank at all times.
Yeah, I want to see
They
what
say
an
to-
average
they say
is.
to have 3 months backup. You should be able to pay your bills for 3 months.
I want to see what an average person has for a backup for a month, and I would guarantee you most of them are living paycheck to paycheck. They're one missed paycheck away from being bankrupt.
Just because that's how people live their lives doesn't make it okay to do it.
Well, no, but I'm saying that's the way that most people live their lives. It's not because they
And
want to. I'm sure people would like to have 3 grand or 3 months of 3 months sitting in their bank account chilling. I'm sure people would love to have that.
You know how many people I know that don't have any money in their savings, but they got an $1,100 a month car payment?
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, that's
so
great. That's
so
crazy.
not having savings at that point in time is a choice.
I mean, you're not
Because
wrong.
you didn't need the $1,100 a month car payment. You didn't need the Land Rover.
Bro, I needed the Benz, dog.
You would have been fine with a RAV4.
How would you know that How would you know that I'm living above my means if you don't see me driving around my caddy?
Just saying.
If you don't see me ride around my 04 Escalade, how do you know I'm not a real person?
And listen, ain't nothing gonna teach someone how to manage money like being fucking broke.
More of those mortars, man. If another one comes up short, that would be real trouble for VP. But not sure if Hakatori.
How do you get that glider in there?
On the move. Looks like they're giving up on that
Right,
mortar
flip.
barrage.
That's fancy.
They have reverse.
To focus in on the other members of Navi trying to sneak into the circle. So really
No, but you'll get back pay. So it sucks right now, but it'll work out. Basically on a paid vacation.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much paid all my bills with my VHA. That's beside the point.
Well, now you know what it's like to be a contractor when you got to wait 90 days for payment.
I'm just waiting on this. This is what it's gonna be like when I retire. What I'm looking at.
You better get those expensive bills, taken care of now.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'd rather have all my bills paid and have no money in the bank. And just be like, this is where I'm at now.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Because you can finagle the extras, right? You can't finagle the bank.
Here comes another.
Right.
Here comes another one.
Listen, that tow truck's coming if you're not paying for that vehicle.
Here comes another C4. Oh my goodness.
And no, not going to go with too much of it. There's the explosion. Does at least get one. Navi
Oh.
flips the vehicle, though, at the worst possible time.
Oh no, that grenade from Nixie could be right on the money. They're getting ripped apart here by the guns instead. Nixie with a nice transfer. One more to go.
The spider sense is paying off big for Nixie, but the explosion takes him down. Correxy all alone.
He's gonna give me a stroke.
Surrounded by enemies. FS here is this. The
I think
here is
PUBG
this,
is punishing
and now
us.
Problems continue to mount.
Why?
Twisted has even sent a member over here to see kind of see what's going on.
Because you
with
know how,
Nixie.
like, from time to time we would complain, be like, oh man, these TDM maps are kind of blah. They
Yeah.
came out with like 8 new TDM maps, and they're all way worse. And they're like, you
Oh.
thought those were bad.
Those are
Oh,
the
you were
new ones
complaining
are
about
real
what?
bad.
You wanted to know what bad looked like, huh?
Not easy on the best of
That
days.
that
Here's
boatyard one
here's the
is the
containers.
absolute worst.
What's that?
Batulins has loot now.
Oh,
That one on the docks is the absolute worst one I've ever
he
seen.
can fight back. Yeah.
They give you one on
right now.
they give you one in Destin when you're in the big city. I forget the name of it. But you just fucking you're in that city and you got the elevation and all that, and people are up on top. That would be a good time.
Oh, I haven't played that one.
Oh, I don't know if it is one, but I'm just saying
Oh.
if they could make a bad one, I think that would be it.
Oh, if you want to make a real bad one, just put it right in the center. Put the whole city of Pachinki in there.
Well, it all depends on how good of a
Put the center of Pachinki and just go. That would be the worst one. I would quit the game and never play again.
I feel like Quarry would be a good one.
Quarry would be a good spot. But
maybe a good grenade here or there.
problem
that's
with
why they won't do it.
the problem with Quarry is just too big.
Set onto Xiaowu in
Oh,
17.
you
He's
can
trying
do
to throw
half
a
a quarter.
smoke out to bail himself out. but
They
the rest
picked
of
the worst
17
half.
doesn't really have a great angle. This hillside providing a lot of cover. Xiao Wu has an escape valve.
Too much wide open spaces in Corey. It wouldn't work.
Eyes on what's going on, but
Wide
nothing you can really
open
do currently. Both teams have
spaces.
cover.
Wide open spaces. All these spaces. I like your big.
Oh wow! All right, that's good.
He does it every time.
Yep. You didn't even need to come here, really.
No, I'm never
Yeah.
needed.
I was already hanging out with you.
Did they lose track of him? He just spins back around on this one. Makes
No, he was needed.
Yeah, and now Lou's coming in to
I was just hanging out with
reinforce
his
this.
voice clips, you know. It's almost like he's here.
Perfectix going for the reload. Lucky
Get
enough-
whacked!
Wow, what a headshot. Lucky enough
See?
to get knocked by that grenade too.
Every time I kill somebody, I do the get whacked thing.
Hold the line, but Slam in trouble. I take it back. He hits a grenade. Who am I kidding? Don't count these guys out
Iconic.
just yet.
brutal. These guys are just taking it. Twisted Ryan's.
Ben, you gonna ever do streaming again?
Through it all is.
I was thinking about it, but I mean, I currently have 2 jobs.
And 2 children and a wife. I get it.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
married.
it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't want to stream. It's just so now that Winter's in school, like I'll probably come back to streaming now that Winter's in school full time, and Savino will be in daycare at the basically this time next year.
Got it.
Yeah, but the problem is, she's in school during the day. You work during the day, so you really don't have any more time.
Well, that's not true.
It's kind of true. Because if you work during the day, if you work during the same hours that she's in school, then it doesn't really matter.
Essentially, Autumn's gonna get a break. It's not about when I'm home. It's about Autumn constantly being in charge of everything when I'm not home.
Gotcha.
So now
So
that she'll get a
is she
break,
working or still
she'll
or no?
be more willing. It'll be easier for her to, like, you know, if I'm streaming, like, hey, like on the weekend, she ain't gonna care because she hasn't been sitting there with the kids 40 hours a week.
Yeah, is she still working or no?
No.
He stopped working when you had the boy.
She stopped working when her grandparents got sick.
Oh.
And that's what made me go take the second job at the clinic doing the per diem work for the machines.
Yeah.
I kind of did that to make up for her not working. And so her grandparents got sick, and then she was further along in the pregnancy, so then she was, you know, she took a step back anyway.
Yeah, I think it is kind of fun to see the calculus that the players have going into C4s. They're like, oh, we're gonna do it again. You know what? We're screwed anyway. Let's just go.
She probably won't return to work until she finds a job that's gonna incorporate her degree. She graduates this year for accounting and business.
Yeah.
So I told her, just don't even worry about it.
Damn it! Actually opts to go out into the blue. Kiss, do you have any idea that this is about to happen?
Brooke, does your wife work?
You do. Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Kirsten asked me the other day what she does, and I said, I don't know. No, I don't have any idea.
She handles broke.
Yeah, she handles my business expenses.
Very good.
She handles the thousands of dollars he spends on motorcycles and computers.
Yeah, pretty much. She works for the state.
Some nasty
Gotcha.
shooting with the AUG.
So you both work for big government, huh? Fucking
Yeah.
You know the problem with America is
Fucking sleazeball.
No.
Examples like, yeah, nice try.
Crazy.
I mean, what are you even gonna do there? He knew it was.
Damn, so you guys got the cozy work.
I don't know about cozy.
You got guaranteed money.
Yeah, until the government shuts down. Show me how that's guaranteed.
Bro, you gotta
you
gotta
like
be
90%
trying to be
of your
contracted.
day, you weren't able to just chill on Discord and sit in your office.
That is beside the point. I was getting paid to do that.
You sound like a government employee now that you're bringing it to our attention.
He's like, I was only able to play 2 hours of PUBG at work the other day, dude. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's
I had to take a
absolutely
shit today
ridiculous.
without getting paid.
Absolutely
These
ridiculous.
conditions are unlivable.
Throw in the towel.
I agree.
Flag being waved on this fight, at least for now. Maybe if some damage is done, that grenade.
I'm glad that y'all recognize the struggles that I've been living in.
Oh, y'all hired? I wouldn't know what to do with a state job.
Well, I don't work for the state, but
well, you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't know what to do with like a job where your position isn't like the fact that we still have a business to work for depends on my performance.
Well, I mean, you could do the exact same job you do right now for the city or for the state.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Because
it's like, you know, you're going a little too quickly here. We got to get the day out of this.
You want to talk about job security? Imagine working for the state or working for the city, and you've been building the same patch of road for 10 years. Imagine.
I don't know what I would. I don't know.
That's incredible.
I know what I would do. By the time you finish, you got to come back through and redo it.
Exactly. Like man, there in my town right now. In order to get to the in order to get to the other part of the in order to get to the bigger town around on the other side of the city, right? They got two main roads to go across. Both of them at the same time are doing construction. Both of them at any given time will have a 2-hour backup. And they've been working on this since June of last year. And there's no estimated completion date.
What can I say except you're welcome?
It took them a year and a half to build a bridge.
What? How quickly do you think you could build a bridge?
Yeah, that sounds actually like pretty
probably
solid.
Well, no. You gotta think about it now. It's a government contract. So I'm gonna build a quarter of the bridge today, and then I'm gonna take a 3-month break and then start working on another quarter of the bridge. That's the way that they operate.
Who the fuck do you know that can build a quarter of a bridge in a day? Bro?
Not today. You know what I mean. But see, this month.
What bridge are we talking about? Like over like a brook?
No,
like
that's a fucking river.
A babbling brook?
The fucking river, bitch. It's the babbling brook.
We talking about the Cuomo Bridge? What are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a 3-foot wooden bridge.
But no, but like they may work on it. They may work on it for a week or two, and then take a month off, and then work on it another week or two, and then take another month off.
Are they taking a month off, or are they going somewhere else?
Well, a big part of building bridges, I don't know, but they shift. Found like they when they do pile drive work and they shift into the earth, they actually have to take time off to make sure that nothing moves.
Yeah.
Concrete has to cure.
It does.
Yeah, and that's a lot of concrete.
It does.
But essentially, what
But,
they do,
like I said, it's taking
giant steel beam foundation into the earth. They actually have to take time off to watch to see if it shifts.
Calm down.
Everyone's calm.
Feel pretty calm.
The guy who's constantly panicking seems to tell us to calm down.
I'm not panicking. You're panicking.
I felt like this was. I felt like this was like a pretty calm conversation.
Yeah, this was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I don't think so.
You know what it is? It's us New Englanders. We talk too fast.
It sounds like you're being very toxic, and I'm not a fan. You're being very toxic. Y'all talk a lot, but you don't really say anything.
No, that's Southerners, man. Y'all talk and you take forever to say anything. I've already had, like, you start talking, I already know what you're going to say, and I have a response ready before you finish talking.
Dude, all right, so it was the other day, right?
Sounds like the perfect way. That sounds like the perfect way to have a conversation.
Broke was trying to explain something to us, and he somehow turned probably like a 2-sentence max like statement into like a like
It was
like paragraphs, dude. Like
It was a full-on Dr. Seuss book.
Dude, I was like, we all had a good laugh about it, bro. I was like, bro, dude, you could have said that in like 3 words. you like went on and on and on.
I think if Broke came up north here, he'd have a fucking stroke because he'd think everybody was so uptight.
Bro talks like government work.
Absolutely. I do not. You're wrong. Y'all are crazy.
Situation in this game. Now they're just like, you know what? Let's just throw some mollies at this rock.
I do have to say, Southerners are very nice. Broke like had me on like the phone on Discord.
Yep.
And he walked into like a gas station or something, like a 7-Eleven. And the lady, who also did, for the record, talk extremely slow, but it was as sweet as could be. She was like milking all the sweetness. She was like, "How you doing, sugar?" Oh, it actually, at one point, it kind of annoyed me how long she was taking to get him out of the store.
Dude, we wouldn't make it down there. We wouldn't make it.
I feel like, yo, stop talking
just
to me. How
shut
much
up.
is this?
Bag me groceries and shut up.
Patience is a virtue, guys.
Dude, she was.
Y'all are not very
having a whole
virtuous.
conversation with him, and I was like, wow. I could understand being like having a nice, like, oh, how you doing today, sugar? And that should have been the end of it. It should have been, how you doing today, sugar? That'll be $14. Instead, it was like she was holding a conversation with him. I was like, what is happening? People do not do that up here.
Nah, dude, you go to the register, they go, how you doing? You go, good. And then that's it.
Yeah, in fact, if you start talking to them like that, you'll notice their hands slide under the counter.
They get uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're like, this guy's about to rob me.
Yep. Or if it's a female, she's like, this guy's a fucking creep.
Yep.
Y'all have problems up there.
It's just, I don't know, man. We're different.
Yeah, we're definitely different.
I agree, Cornelius. It's because Northerners suck.
If you need something, if you need,
I like it.
If you need production done, we'll get it done.
No, you won't.
Yeah, we will.
I think he knows now.
We ain't got time for fucking around. Get it done.
Oh, they're flanking back behind him. Does he even know the utilities now starting?
I would be curious. I would be curious how long y'all been working on y'all's roads up there.
Oh my God!
Oh, forever. Definitely.
Well, yeah, that's forever.
But we have freeze thaw cycles, bro. Our roads are a little different.
Now he's had to step away. He surrendered the center dive.
If you had a winter, like if you had to take one of our mild winters and place it in Mississippi, your entire state would shut down and like 40% of your population would perish.
Say that again. Say that again.
Keep doing this. Their players
I said, if you took one of our most mild winters, I mean, let's say an average accumulation of snow, and we placed that happenstance in Mississippi, your entire state would shut down.
Who somehow, some way gets it done.
Well, yeah, of course, because we're not based and prepared for that. But if we took the same preparation, or if we took the same thing that y'all do to prepare for it, we would be just fine.
Right.
See what you're saying?
No, that makes sense.
If we go, hey, you know what, guys? It's gonna be 25 foot of snow here this year and -4. We'd probably prepare for that shit. But when the winters here are, we got 1 month.
80 degrees.
We got 1 month when it's in the 20s. Y'all need to wrap your pipes for that 1 month, and then you go, oh yeah. By the way, I didn't tell you about this month that it's gonna be -2. With 4 foot of snow. My bad, I forgot about that one. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh shit.
No, I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing.
Because the wildest shit, we did a FaceTime. He was in his backyard. Dude, he has like copper pipes. You can see the copper pipes under his house.
Yeah.
I go, is that for water? He goes, yeah. I go, what in the fuck? Like, that is the absolute wildest shit to just be able to have that out in the open.
But I mean,
4 feet in the ground.
But in the same context, though, if you take one of the summers around here and added it to New York, y'all would be fucking dead of heat stroke.
I don't know, man. We get pretty hot.
The majority of places up there do not have air conditioning. They do not have indoor air conditioning or air conditioning in their house. There's a lot of them that don't.
I don't know a single person who doesn't have air conditioning in their home.
Well, you know what I'm talking
if you don't
about.
have air
Just
conditioning,
like
you just stick it in the window. You just get one, stick it in the window, and call it good.
you don't stick in. I mean, you
Oh,
can
you mean
stick
like
in air.
central air, like
Yeah,
an actual HVAC
central
system
air.
in your
Yeah,
house?
yeah.
Yeah, no, people just use most people
Windows.
use window air conditioners,
And
in
that's the most
most
least
office
efficient
buildings and everything.
That's the least efficient air conditioning systems that you can get.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
It
but a
keeps
lot of
me-
the
it keeps me
houses up here
comfortable.
aren't exactly large like that anyway.
Yeah, Camaro, but you gotta think too. If you, the houses are not very big. That's for sure too, and they're twice as expensive as ours.
Because also too, like I try not to waste money. Like if I know like me and my family are going to be in the living room, I'm not turning the air conditioner on in all the rooms in the house. We're gonna put the air conditioner on in the living room, let it get temperate, and then turn it off.
Yeah, see, mine stays a good 67, 68 degrees all year round. Really nice.
A lot of the houses up here, though, especially in like the city areas, are old as fuck, though. So nothing's really insulated too well in those old houses.
Yeah, and
unless they've been remodeled.
which is really crazy because you would think you would want it better insulated considering you're as cold as it gets there.
Well, bro, you can go down into some of these basements and they're literally supported by trees.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Some of this framework in these houses literally has bark on it.
Have you seen the new framework now they're doing with the 2x4s, Camaro, on the new constructions?
I don't know if you're kidding or not.
I'm not.
What do you mean?
So instead of like sill plates, like they'll take like 2x12s and create a plate for the foundation of the house on top of whatever foundation's already poured.
Yeah.
They're using 2x4s now, and they cut them into think like trusses and rafters.
Oh, for the floor joists.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's weird. I was at Autumn's uncle's house, and he lives in like a cul-de-sac with a bunch of new construction houses and stuff, and his was fairly new too. And I went downstairs in the basement because they're nice enough to let us like store like our like our Christmas stuff there. Like we have like our Christmas tree and our decorations and whatnot. So like all of our seasonal decorations go in their basement. And when I went down there for the first time, I was like, where's the foundation to this house? What is this 2x4 stuff? It's think of like a mesh fence. You know how like the mesh fence is like checkered?
Yeah.
They use 2x4s and they make them in a pattern like that now. Like that's like the new way to do it. And supposedly it holds more load capacity than just flat sill plates.
I don't.
Which is interesting. I don't like it either because you could have like a sill plate taking some damage in a certain spot, but like I feel like when you have all of those little intricacies, once one of them starts to go, that could be like a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where like
you'd have
to like have a whole piece of sill plate rot out before you'd have to really replace it.
I mean, but
I feel like a couple of those pieces, if a couple of those 2x4s start to crumble, that could be bad.
Like even if your sill plate rots out, the most your wall could drop is 1.5 inches. You know what I mean? Like that's
what I'm saying. Where now the 2x4s, they're structured. They're probably about like a 6-inch span, maybe a little bit more, maybe 6 to 12 inches, depending on the size of the home.
Grosses me out.
And I'll have to take a picture for you, dude, because it was mind-boggling. I asked my boss, and I was like, dude, this guy's house like doesn't make sense to me. I was like, because I've been in a lot of basements, because the first thing you have to do when you're building decks or you're building like a section from, like if you're adding a section to a house, is you have to go into the basement to check for where all like the plates are so you can tie into it. And I was like, where would I even tie into this guy's house? So I asked my boss, and he's like, yeah, you kind of just have to go into the basement and you drill from the inside out, which we've done before too, just to like make sure we're in the right spot. But he's like, you'd have to drill from the inside out, and so that this way you can catch the 2x4s. And I was like, we're tying into diagonal like angle cut 2x4s. Like if we were to like put if we were to put a deck on this guy's house, we'd have to tie into 2x4s. And he's like, yeah. I was like, that sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
I don't like it. I don't like that at all.
I don't like it either, dude. I don't like it either. But I'll take a picture and send it to you. It's
all right,
fucking
yeah,
wild, bro. It's wild. Actually, I could probably look it up right now. So new construction
should be more substantial than that.
2x4.
I don't even really care for cinder block foundations, to be honest.
Foundation layout.
If I was building a home, I would definitely go for a poured wall.
Problematic is orange v orange going on right now. Tigger though doing a good job defending in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it was wild, man. Like their water lines down there, they don't even have to be underground or anything. It blew my mind. What? What?
Oh, what? 17 are you going to do to try to regroup into a low ground position?
All tropical and shit.
I don't really think 17 should take this fight. I mean, maybe you really want that point is the big thing, but Tigger's been so good today. He knows that player's back there, but he can't get the spray. It all goes into the side of the hill. Flash goes down as well. 7-7, the only one up for 17.
Like I'm not wording this right.
Mutually assured destruction. Full senses Tanadol trying to finish what the rest of his team started. 7-7 gets behind the hill for safety.
And there's no one else around there. If they can finish this fast enough, I mean, maybe some reses could happen, but Full Sense just going to go ahead and say, maybe it's a bit too risky to go for on this one, so...
I feel like you know what I'm saying, though. Like, you know, like the diagonal cut for trusses to, like, support a roof.
Yeah.
It's exactly what they do, just in a mass production across the entire plate.
I mean,
that's interesting, Cornelius. That's really interesting.
I've seen it in like floor joists, but never on top of the foundation.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
Space and they denied. He is going for it, but again, just can't quite find the angle.
My boss did tell me though that they do a lot of the new construction that way in like low risk areas.
I didn't get the knock. I can't get to you, Belmont. Oh, I'm so sorry. I guess I'll go.
Like they have low risk for flood. They have low risk for.
That's what that feels like to me.
Sure, it's all about money.
Pretty much any like natural.
Not committing to this so far.
Disaster.
Okay, never mind. Nope. What am I kidding? It's APAC.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Well, no, he just repositioned a little.
I wouldn't do it that way. If I was building my own house, I would not do it that way.
Right now.
Yes, no, do it. Come on, man. This is APAC. We go for these.
Well, it's taking long enough.
Imagine you get termites, bro. So it's just like eating away all these 2x4s. Oh my god.
Well, down in Mississippi, do they even have foundations down in Mississippi?
Yeah.
What kind?
What do you mean?
Like what is your foundation?
What is your foundation made of?
Concrete.
Oh, nice. You just like on top of concrete slabs?
I don't know I don't know anything about that shit, dude.
Like what's under your house?
Under my house is set on a concrete slab.
But I bet you there's no foundation under that. It's just a concrete slab.
What do you mean? Explain. I don't understand what you're talking about.
There's no footings. I'm sure there's no footings.
Why would there be no footings?
Because you don't have to have footings. Footings. The point of a footing is so that way the structure goes below the frost point. You don't really have a frost point down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you also don't want the damn thing to just start sinking. So.
Well, it won't sink. I mean, you probably compact the sub base and then put the concrete on top.
Yeah.
But we have to go 4 foot down here, and all the walls have to sit on footings, and then the concrete's just in the center, kind of like a garage.
Yeah, but I mean, when you start talking about foundation, you're talking about the damn concrete slab that you're setting on.
I wouldn't consider a slab foundation.
It is, though, because you're talking about something different. You're talking about something else.
But if it's got to support the walls, then I'm not happy on a 4-inch slab.
Throws out some smokes, trying to get into grenade range instead. Slams like, put him in the vehicle. Let's get the heck out of here. Oh my god.
I don't know.
Jong almost got him.
I'm just curious how they do shit down there.
I don't think so. So safety of the bar should be enough to provide what we need here. Slicks just jumps out.
That's great.
So if you have like a water leak or whatever, do your water lines go through the concrete?
That's really nice.
No, they're through the walls.
What about like your plumbing drains? Do they go? You're gonna have to like jackhammer concrete to repair it?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Roaming around the
Wild.
outside of the circle right now, we've got the Expendables coming in from the northeast, going to be pretty close to Forest. But then we also do have FN over into the west that could be wrapping in Dominus Generalis back behind Twisted.
Love how the Expendables just roam around the edge, looking for opportunities, looking for targets. They are going to see, I think, one of the vehicles from E-Arena, but they have to clear that hillside, and they do see another vehicle.
I just think if you saw the size of the holes we have to dig in order to build a house up here, you'd probably have your mind blown.
I mean, like that. I see what you're talking about.
Players and is running up to a beacon.
Yeah. Yep.
That's big.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
This guy just, again, it was all about that rotation.
I didn't know if you had a crawl space or what you had. I didn't know if you had space under your house.
No.
That's really heads up stuff, and he continues to just be a nightmare.
It would probably flood though, really, wouldn't it?
Lobby to deal with is he's firmly in control.
I mean, it could, yeah. I mean, I have
I don't know what you're.
underneath.
You have a lot of
Underneath.
He is
The what?
bringing the goodies.
You have a lot of groundwater.
We're going all off.
Yeah, all the fucking time.
Some fun with it. Do note.
So you can't have a crawl space then.
So like where my underneath my addition to the house, it's got a crawl space and everything's just out there. It's kind of annoying.
So on top of that, now getting the res, starting to feel
And,
pretty good.
and I think I saw like it has like concrete piers that hold it up.
Yeah, which are sinking. Which is I'm gonna have to fucking. I'm gonna have to kind of jack the side of the house up and kind of repair that shit.
Because I bet they put them up on. They never like removed the topsoil or put any kind of decent sub base underneath the piers.
Yeah, you can see it because if you look at my bathroom, my bathtub in there, you can see it separating and dropping down, and you can step in and watch it sink.
Oh God, that's how you innovate.
Piss me off.
Oh, that is not how you innovate. That is salute and
See, someone went through all the trouble of putting that addition on, and they didn't spend the fucking $500 in stone and topsoil.
Freaks, this did
Yep.
not work out.
They just crashed this. This is a
I mean, but
Get
it's been like that for.
Look at the okay. If you
The
have
addition was put on in like 04, I mean 05, 06 time frame, so you're talking 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, it can't go far, but it's just enough to be annoying.
Because everybody was leaning north.
I mean, even if you remove the topsoil after 20 years, something's gonna sink a little bit.
It shouldn't.
So how are you gonna jack the side of your house up?
What do you mean?
Can I use the forklift?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna get a floor jack from my
Just
truck.
lifts the whole house off the ground on a forklift.
Well, it's just the addition. So all you need is a damn to raise it up, to repack the stuff. It's doable.
When you're fixing that, you got to go a little bit past where it needs to be, so that way when you let it back down, it settles in where it needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I had whoever had my house before me. I'm on a crawl space, so there's like a 4-foot like void under my floors that you can crawl under.
Yeah.
And they when they broke through the foundation wall to give access under there from the outside, they didn't support the sill plate above it, and that's right where my hot water tank is. So the whole weight of the hot water tank was just being spanned by this sill plate, which is just like a horizontally laid like 2x10 or 2x12. And that fucking thing did not hold because I was sleeping one night and I heard a big bang. Like, what the fuck was that? And I didn't find it till like 2 weeks later. I just went to go underneath my house. I think I was going to replace a water line, and I saw my sill plate was cracked in half and dropped down like 8 inches. It's a utility closet right there. So I didn't see. I was like, oh fuck. So I jacked it back up, and I stole like a laminate beam from work that they were gonna throw in a dumpster.
No, you didn't.
Put it in there.
You repurposed.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're gonna throw it in a dumpster, man. I was like, what do you? That's a laminate beam. No, those things are strong as shit.
He's lucky Ben didn't see it.
I mean, he's a cowboy. That's riding like horses.
Brought her home, fucking some 4x4s on each side and holding her up.
Just gallop around. Oh boy,
Nice.
slam. Heading in towards Na'Vi, and they're.
Oh, both of them have 249s.
I love 249s.
Somehow, oh my God, Lurex, instant knock onto extend.
You got to see some of the old houses up here, broke. They're literally sitting on stones, like rocks.
Yeah, like pavers. Like what would you consider like a paver? It's nuts.
Yeah. So I mean,
but they're there. What's crazy is they're there. Like the house is still there, which is
Yeah,
nuts
and
to
it
think
built 150 years ago, and it's still just chilling.
well, I mean,
It's on a rock.
it's built on the same kind of stuff that you would build like a train track. So.
No, bigger.
Oh, not so it's not the little small ones.
Oh, bigger. And then they're like
I was
usually.
kind of exaggerating with the paver.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The way that the way they build train tracks on that crushed gravel,
Yeah,
and it never settles.
It's more like picture like river, like big river rocks.
It bounces to the right though. Doesn't get any confirmed kills. Hakatori actually going to be the one to start claiming.
Cornelius says the foundation of his house is all stones and boulders.
But there's safety for Na'Vi.
It's actually pretty common.
No real other options to work around. It feels like FN is playing right along the field itself. Here's how loud and violent it's gotten over here with mortars raining down. Says, maybe that's not the way to go. Twisted still supervising this firefight. Now starting to take the shots into FN, forcing the back around onto this angle. That's going to open up a new way for Slam G to take the shots in. This is just getting wild.
This is messy. Everybody knows that they need some way in this part of the circle, and Bagel Pa's just watching it from afar going, I don't know, you guys go ahead. We'll wait this one out.
I want no part of whatever's happening there.
Nope, I wouldn't either. I don't blame them.
Bro, my phone made me do an update, and it's awful. Absolutely awful.
Mogor just throwing a stun for good.
What's wrong with it?
Just eyes back
It's
over
slow, and it kills my battery super fast, and it's terrible.
What phone do you have?
iPhone 14 Pro.
Oh yeah, it's telling you to get a new one.
Okay, that's just too hasty. You got to take that.
Well, I'm not.
It's going to be boosted going down, and
It was iOS, I think 26 or 28.
no real
It's bad.
Put in much more. Glorious is going to get spotted on the outside. Sosed's also going to spot on Arctics. Now Sosed still got some cover to
Oh
work
yeah, I
with.
know what you're talking about there. I've seen those.
Dealing with all of
Yeah,
the
that's
stuff going on
basically how
around
the entire
him.
Northeast is
They're gonna
built.
get backstabbed from right inside the compound that they were so desperately fighting for.
And they don't go anywhere.
trying to cling to life.
No, but it's very.
They literally just they dug a hole, picked all the rocks out of the dirt from when they dug the hole, and built the foundation.
It's a natural installation.
Clories gets knocked here as well, so the Expendables gonna have to go for two different reses. The real question
Just
is,
wild.
can anyone even punish that?
Twisted is called an emergency pickup right up on top of this, so whenever everything closes down, seeing if maybe they can just leapfrog over what's going to be happening in the firefight. Then it all is going to be up to the north for FS, right back behind Begapa. We still have people kind of creeping out along the lines for Impala Factory, and that's going to be QAD just on top of VP.
This is a rough circle here too.
Still containing around the center as the circle is going to lean in. No longer making a center, but there you go. Shin right in the thick of it all.
That's a great throw from Vox. Petrichor Road down to just AZ. Looking to find some way to get over there, but he has to hold the line here as mission ready. Looking to have some big kills, some big points in the bag. They are certainly finding it. Hakatori still doing damage. He catches Duck Juice. Here goes a high ground play from Twisted Minds. Who else? But they're going to lose Batulins to a knock. I think he's resable.
He's fine.
He's good.
He is resable.
Oh, he was just far enough down. Hakatori is going crazy though.
Still defending up on this position, surrounded by enemies. Na'Vi fighting tooth and nail. Expendables on one side of them. They still have FN on the other. Slam did at least manage to rally it back together onto their point, feeling a bit better about it. But it's going to be Shin that takes some shots into them. Okay, so now
All right, man, I'm definitely
going. VP starting to deal with mission.
You go to Home Depot, dude.
I'm going. I gotta get the drawer slides.
I need a 001 4 tubes of caulk, please.
Want the black caulk or the white caulk?
001, please. The white.
All right.
They want to go.
You also need some propane.
All right, see you, buddy.
They don't have propane at Home Depot.
They do.
So turn your attention in another direction. The good news here for E-Arena is they don't have to.
They do it down there?
To anything. They have
At Home Depot? Yeah.
to keep themselves
Yeah.
safe. They don't have to go for a fight.
Yeah, why would they not?
You gotta go to a gas station for propane here.
No way. Lowe's
swear
and
to
Home
you.
Depot have their own. They do it there.
Up here on this hill.
No, they don't.
Here we go. VP's turn.
Yes, they do. What are you talking about?
No, they don't.
Okay, well, I mean, Twisted is kind of letting this.
Are you
go
fucking with me?
for the time being. They don't want to peek down too much, so low ground's been surrendered instead. Just hoping the fortification and the high
Like you could do a tank exchange or a refill.
Yeah.
Very focused in on mission ready for the time being, as that's
No.
the closest threat to them.
You gotta go to a gas
You can do
station.
what?
Behind for VP, who has
He's
had
saying you could do a propane exchange or refill at Home Depot and Lowe's.
found himself a bit isolated. That means the other members for VP have to be very
This is the
focused.
propane.
crazy.
Visit the propane center. Go to Home Depot store as a propane center, which is typically located near the entrance of the garden center.
It's because that's where Hank Hill's from.
They
got
do
the propane and the propane accessories. Dude.
I promise you, it's not like that here. You got to go to like a gas station.
No way.
Yeah, like gas stations, they have like Blue Rhino or some other brand propane
That's
thing
what
out
the
front.
fucking Home Depot has.
You go in the gas station, you tell her you're there for an exchange. She comes out with a key, unlocks the cage. You give her your old tank, she gives you a new tank.
I'm gonna go to Lowe's in just a few. I'm gonna go to Lowe's in a few minutes and show you that they have one in front of our
I
store.
think Home Depot over here for us actually does have that as well.
Absolutely, they do.
I'm not sure about Lowe's.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure you've never even looked for it.
Home Depot does. It's not every location. It's like certain locations that do it over here in Rhode Island.
I just did it on HomeDepot.com and it said not available for your store.
From that store, it might be available from a different store because I think what they try and do is they try and keep that kind of service all in one area. Like, because I think mine is one specific store that does it.
Look at Lowe's and see if they have it.
Like, you know how the Blue
in your
Rhino
area.
tanks that you're talking about at the gas stations?
Yep.
They have like, so there's one store that has it and none of the other stores do, and it's like a giant wall-sized version of it. But it's separated from almost everything.
Look at there.
in the
It's
store.
available
I think it's
in-
like in the home and garden section. It's like
It's available at my
away
Lowe's,
from
Home Depot.
inside.
I can get an empty tank. I can't get it filled. They don't handle propane.
That's wild.
Hey, wow.
Almost at the finish line.
Yeah, we don't get the propane filled, but you can exchange.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I'm talking about. You
back
can
the old tank-
exchange.
You give back the old
yeah,
tank.
it's in a tank exchange.
And then
Yeah.
they give you a full one that you pay
Yeah, but-
whatever, you know.
But it's got to be at a gas station here. Or like Dollar Generals do it here.
Yeah, but they don't fill them. They just replace. They just exchange them.
So short.
Right, but the Home Depot and Lowe's here won't even replace them. They don't have an exchange at all.
Oh.
That's wild. 'Cause mine definitely
That's
does.
something to look into.
Maybe
I feel
it's in New York.
I feel
Maybe it's a
I feel
law.
like you probably have one. If
It
I was to
says
take a
not within
guess-
100 miles.
Oh,
Dude,
shit.
my zip code's 13131.
Look at home. Look at Lowe's.
Clay, no. Cicero, no. Canolis, no. DeWitt, no. Auburn, no. Utah, no. Ithaca, no. Watertown, no. Victor, no. Rochester, no.
That Home
Lowe's?
Depot or Lowe's?
That's Home Depot. Lowe's doesn't even have an option for an exchange. Like I can't even type it in the search. I could buy an empty propane tank, but nothing to do with actual propane fuel.
Been kind of quietly chilling there, but Nixie apparently was just too tasty and couldn't get resist. So Alcazia is going to go down. Begapa now in control of the north.
Oh, that's really nice for Begapa.
Now we have a place near me called Country Propane where I can go and they fill it up for $8 a tank. Like they fill up the tank
I
up
love
like
that. Country propane.
That's a huge win for them in terms of what's going on in the circle. Tanadol.
Yeah, I can do everything here. Crazy.
Mission Impossible. Ooh, he's getting lit up though.
Propane tank exchange.
High ground's just too strong.
Not available at your store. Not available for delivery.
Can't get away from it. As Twisted is just really
Hey.
raining damage onto any.
Not available within 100 miles.
Gotta be careful
of
though. They
your zip
can't
code.
over push as far as damage goes and really burn through their.
Maybe it's a New York thing. Maybe New York has
Yeah, it could be. It kind of seems like it.
Twisted Minds high ground shooting at people, pissing everybody off. Yeah.
Yep. That's just a normal day in the office for them for sure. It is going to move a little bit. I think a small sliver of Twisted Minds' high ground is still going to be in this next circle, so they can hang on. E-Arena has decisions to make. They opted to try to make the wrap around this side, and
It's definitely offered here.
great other options other than crashing something, and they might be forced.
Here,
into
I
that.
can share my
Lulu's
screen
gonna
if you
not
want.
gonna pop tires as well to make this even more
You don't have to do that, but I
challenging
just
for
don't
E-Arena.
understand it. I really don't.
Mission ready though. They've got to somewhere. I mean, they're
still alive.
They're still alive, and it's better
All
than
right,
where
fellas,
they
I'm gonna
were.
go do some stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff too after this next game.
All right. Well, maybe I'll catch you guys later. If I don't, have a good rest of your day.
If I don't, I don't. If I do, I
won't
do.
be back on until tomorrow.
Okay.
We have a double header baseball game this evening.
Oh, the heads are just peeking out here.
Later.
Good luck. Hope,
He did manage to find one
hope
shot.
y'all win.
More to go. Gats takes a go.
Yeah,
at the
maybe.
Arena. I was gonna say these grenades could be really impactful, but that's a really nice molly.
Later.
He's gonna catch
Later, bud.
right into them, and they are in trouble. The grenade is perfect from Jacob.
Good throw to finish that one out, E-Arena. Now you still have to deal with the high ground nuisance above you, though, as that angle is entirely open, and that's the way you have to go to get inside the circle.
Oh, my God. The grenades are so good right now. Another beauty, this time from Twisted Minds. Hakatori just making everybody's life a nightmare. Anytime they peek near him, he's lighting them up with that AUG. It seems like good grenade onto Tanvu. He's been spotted out by Jacob. Should be dead.
At this point, I almost felt that Tanvu was immortal. He took that nade right to the face. It's like, nah, no big deal. Everything's fine. Jacob, though, what are you going to do as your feet are just getting riddled with bullets? Lou still wants a bit more, but has to be careful from that Na'Vi angle.
Still a ton of 5-5 here for Lou to work with. Yeah, he's going to claim Jacob. So this is huge for Twisted Minds. They have just been feasting in this game. Obviously, it started with the DN Freaks crash, and then into the E pickup on top of this mountain. Now they look towards VP to see if they can find some more victims.
9 kills and more to Mounts, but they now have to deal with this. You can see that VP was trying to set up for him, but God, just red. But Tulins denies it, and now VP, and they were waiting. You can see that that's what the setup was for, was to try to catch Twisted when they had to come down, and just falls apart just that fast.
Lou actually jumps down. Who else but Hakatori? Sungjong getting in there as well. Somehow Lou, sliver of HP, hanging on. That grenade, oh, it does actually reach him. I thought from that angle it might not, but just got close enough, and he was so weak. And any damage done would have got the knock. And there's a headshot from Akan into Batulins.
All right, Pegapa, they're getting pretty aggressive on this one. Akan actually moved into the positioning where Slam G was playing from. Park Pro as well as Songjong getting more aggressive towards the circle itself. Shin's still alive. Looks like he might be thinking about trying to sneak over onto this angle, but he's already been spotted out by VP.
Yeah, Shen, I assume this is not going to go well for him. He should hear Beamy above him, but he's trying to figure out exactly where that is. Oh, Beamy didn't see him. He didn't see him.
Well, I mean, there's enough reinforcements. It's fine. No, wrong way. There you go, Shin. I mean, we did see Shin actually be very impactful into what was going on the fields, catching out Nixie. So a little bit of retaliation coming back finally.
This is tricky for Bagel Pa. They have to use some cars and some not great cover to keep themselves protected from VP. The good news is the Slam isn't trying to get out there. Well, I take it back. Actually, they did find a bit of an angle from that balcony inside of the firehouse. Corexy then gets a con. So I think Bagel Pa may be in their last gasps here on our first Miramar.
The biggest beneficiary of all of this has been FN, who just kind of snuck into the middle of it all. And while the firefighting's been going on, they've just been hunkered down and surviving. VP still on the hunt for more kills. What can they manage to rally over? Can Begapa manage to fend in? And there you go. It's going to be Slam G that spots out FN, who was trying to see if maybe they could get some kill points out of this, and instantly denied.
Yeah, good grenade from Lucarux.
There's your 1,000 damage.
Yep, he was going crazy. I just kind of felt it in my caster bones that maybe he was going to have one of those games, and he did. Sungjong in trouble. Akan in trouble. Bagel Pa in trouble. There you go. Lucarux doing a great job there. And you know he's behind that foldable cover. Well, headshot found, and he's down.
VP now at 10 kills and starting to get more and more out of this. To the south, Na'Vi actually sent Fairest over to see if there was a crossfire position that they could set up to sneak in back behind VP's position potentially. FN, while you've had this fortified position for so long, it's just going to be a full-on tear coming out from VP. They are not relenting. Slam losing a member and now just down to 1.
This is madness. We're in phase 9. Well, how did this happen? This has just been non-stop fighting. Na'Vi trying to claim some real estate, and they find a good grenade onto Beamy. Lucarux and Corexy tied together behind that hill. And it will be some smokes laid down for Na'Vi to try to push through. A good grenade. Man, oh man, that was so close. That prone state helping. That fire hits Lucarux. Doesn't it, Corexy? No, just Lucarux.
Okay, does manage to pop up with the control that VP managed to get over here. FN looks like they're trying to creep out just a bit more. Fairest in that position for the crossfire to set for Hakatori has made it to where there's just a kill box that Hakatori can try to exploit. Meanwhile, Slam G's last member seeing if they can steal some points away from this one finally does get eliminated. So it is continuing to mount. Na'Vi on one side, VP on the other, and poor old FN right in the thick.
Yeah, Zenith though, a longtime veteran. Hakatori just is indestructible right now.
This dude, he's on another level right now.
He is unbelievable. Oh, Zenith has a S12K too. Oh, no, not like this, Hakatori. Not like this.
Does he hear it? He keeps peeking around.
Dude, this is horrible. He's played so well this game.
Tries to go for the peeks on the headshots back and forth. Notice that, there you go, VP does get taken out. The backflank coming up from Fairest. That means this is down to just a 2v1. Na'Vi, who is in firefighting position for so long. Do they know where the backstab is going to be coming from? Yes, already heard the footsteps. Set up for it, and of course, it is going to be Hakatori that takes the last kill.
That was skill on display. Hakatori.
Barn burner all day.
Yeah, he's this map. That's all I got. This is okay. Hacienda.
Hacienda's just fun.
That's a good one too. They're all fun actually. I mean, this is our favorite map.
That was a good game.
I've talked about this for years. What a game from Hakatori though. I mean, we talked about at the beginning that we weren't seeing Na'Vi a ton on our screen because it's been a nuts day, but they've been really consistent, and that's the results, right? When you're that consistent all day, eventually it's going to pay off in big fashion like you just saw, and it helps when you have a player of Hakatori's caliber who can just drop nukes on other teams with his individual talent.
We've been seeing a lot of just stellar performances coming up from players today, like just clutching up, really just starting to shine. Like a lot of these players that we've been talking about for quite a long time, like these guys are so, and just having their pop off today of all days. Everybody knows the pressure for this as it's mounting, leading into, of course, yes, there is the next PGS, but there is also PGC looming on the horizon. This is where you've just got to make sure that you get that last push to get everything you can out, as the circle is going to go a bit more into the west this time than we saw last time, opening up Los Leones.
I just don't want an Impala Field circle. That's all. Everything else is fine in this circle. Everything else is awesome. Everything else is fun. We'll just have to wait and see what the PUBG gods have deigned for us to find. But that game went by so crazy because it was just nonstop. Like there was just so much fighting, and it was just so funny because I was just like, oh, we're in phase 9, and there's still like 8 players alive. I'm like, what is going on? Absolutely just stellar games so far today.
Well, the terrain and the way that was set up is kind of what led into so much of like the prolonged skirmishes, right?
Yeah.
And kudos, like the desk was talking about a lot of the teams and the way they're playing Slam. I mean, getting experience in a situation like that is absolutely going to be massive for them. I 100% agree with our desk, and the uptick that I could expect from that squad is going to be unbelievable.
Especially with how good Boostic has been today. I mean, that's just so encouraging for that team going forward.
To everybody that did not have him on their fantasy team because he was like,
you know who's my fantasy captain today?
Who?
Take a guess.
Salute.
Nope.
Batulans?
Nope. He's on my team, but he's not my captain.
Oh, I don't know.
Hakatori.
Oh, well then. Rip me. I guess we know where you're sitting at overall.
Maybe. Well, I don't know how the rest of my team is doing today. Him and Batulans have been doing the heavy lifting for sure. And
I glanced and saw I was like around 200 or so there for a second.
I'm not going to look until the day's done. I want to be
safer.
Surprised, yeah, one way or another. But just, of course, we love that we have the fantasy in here. It gives us so much to talk about. It gives you guys at home so much to, talk about with your friends and have a lot of fun and potentially earn some G-Coin if you do well enough in the fantasy. As we take a look back at Hakatori.
I mean, accusations galore just based off of this man's aim. Is just he lives up to it, right?
This is just a highlight reel. Like you could put together a good 5-minute montage for your YouTube on this one. He wouldn't be denied. I mean, this position, that reposition right there at the end too, that was an S12K. That could have got real dangerous real fast, and he's able to dodge it against a very good player in Zenith. Again, one of the more experienced players that you're going to find out of the PWS, out of Korea, and he just bamboozled him, and he just had everyone's number that whole game.
It just felt like he knew every single angle that people were going to be approaching from. That's map knowledge in an area that we don't often see in competitive, understanding exactly where, like, we often talk about, like, oh, hey, look how good he, like, spun back over or do everything else like that. Whenever you get to those type of damage numbers that we're seeing from, like, our all-star players on this level, It's understanding exactly what the other team is trying to accomplish, how they're going to be moving for it, and positioning yourself into a position that can really allow you to exploit any vulnerability in it. I mean, we saw that. That's one of the reasons why Twisted loves those high ground advantage positions, because really, it just makes it easier. Everything opens up. Hakatori was doing that down in the low ground.
No, exactly. It was disgusting. What he was, his control over that AUG, even better. He was hitting so many headshots, just double tapping people. It was a thing of beauty for sure. Twisted again has their eyes onto the Freaks potentially. The Freaks this time though, not overcommitting to anything. Gonna settle up. DL just taking his time, making sure that he's gonna be in a safer spot with a little bit of cover. And seems like the Freaks have avoided any confrontation just yet with Twisted Minds. See if anything happens later. Fairest wants an opportunity at Artix, but Artix not going to commit.
We've got a slow bowl that's kind of going on right now as everybody's playing around center, but it's just kind of territory control shots that are coming up mostly. We can see coming up from Na'Vi. In the west, we do have Petrichor Road that's going to be trying to regroup. Begapaw's going to be kind of chasing in back behind AZ, but mostly pretty calm as this territory is going to open up enough to where really you can settle in, get a bit of a split, get some information, but it's not anything really too crazy. I do want to say what is interesting, though, is TE has already made a commitment into Los Leones.
Yeah, I like that spot that they're taking, though, because
it is strong.
That the northwest side of Los Leones, if circles go north or west, are really, really nice. Oh, boy. Ming Ming chilling, a PGC champion out on the flank here. It just depends on who sees who first.
Oh, DC. Nope, did not see him, but the shots went a little bit slow, and that's going to give it a moment for D to at least get something, but Alcadzia was running a split, and now really just has to surrender those two.
What positioning there? That worked out really nice for Petrichor Road. They're able to cover each other. They're able to keep themselves hidden from Alcadzia until Alcadzia is in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
Really nicely set up.
I mean, it could have gone a bit different if you looked left before right in that situation. But I'm not going to fault him. If you think that the compound's open, why are you going to look at the tree to your left? Instead, you're going to be more concerned about what's going to be happening over and to your right behind you. So I guess that's one of the reasons it makes it so strong.
Oh, my God.
Rip Delwyn. How did you not expect that, Delwyn?
Poor Delwyn. Correct, he's the only player in Los Leones for VP. Everybody else is out on the north side. I mean, you just don't expect that.
I mean, you just got PUBG. That's all I can say.
You know, usually it's Delwyn doing that to other people. To be fair.
Karma.
Yeah. It giveth and it taketh.
Speaking of somebody that deserves some karma, is poor old Lyrics over here. He's been the punching bag in early circles right now, so pretty safe. Nobody really around right now. It's just going to be FS just to the west, and Slam's going to be a bit further north, but there's still a couple hundred meters to work with.
This is a little bit of an odd feeling for us today, where the early game isn't kind of wild.
Nobody's shooting. There's like, what? The Freaks are taking some shots, maybe at 4 Angry Men, and that's kind of it.
This has got to be like, well, it's also kind of the least crazy circle early that we've had, in a way.
Boo, circles.
Yeah, come on.
Boo.
They've been pretty good today to us, giving us just action-packed games. This is a player that just shocked us at PGS Shanghai, and Kiss has been kind of getting the bad end of a lot of these fights early on in games.
While we were kind of sitting here in a bit of a quiet section, yes, we have had some very crazy circles. Yes, we had like military circle off the start. We've had some crazy shifts that are happening into it. But when you look at the leaderboard, you can see that Twisted up on top, Na'Vi with Hakatori, what we were talking about, the strength of his firefighting capabilities, the rest of the squad, Na'Vi as well. You can see that really good squads can navigate the crazy circles, and that's what I love to see. Because remember, whenever we're looking at Twisted score right now and how they're trying to chase back behind Na'Vi, how many of those points were bought by Batulans with no gear, somehow just trying to steal a couple of points away as he's trying to creep his way back behind somebody? Every single one of these points matters, and while the circles can get a bit more wheels off sometimes, we can see that the strong teams do find ways to continually find success.
Well, exactly. That's the whole thing about this game, is that yes, there is some luck and some randomness, but time and time again, it's the cream of the crop that's rising. Every single event. I mean, you're just seeing just the best of the best continue to jockey and vie for those top positions. No matter how insane the day is, no matter how wild things get, they're constantly just up there fighting for those top positions. And, you know, you got to be feeling great here as Twisted, as Na'Vi, even as Full Sense about getting in to that grand finals. You're well on your way unless you have the absolute worst second day of your lives in the group stage, which, given the caliber of those three teams, pretty unthinkable, especially that team right there, Twisted. You feel like they are a no-doubter to be in contention. Hey. Well, okay, so the area east of Los Leones is very, very fun. And that compound should be Na'Vi's. They're already in their vehicles that our observers are highlighting for us there. And that's a nice one. That one, pretty defendable.
That's pretty strong. I mean, we still have the fields up into the north, but Los Leones, of course, is going to eat up a big chunk. Hillsides to the north, but notice that we still also have that recessed hill that's going to run down into Puerto Paraiso. That's a very strong in-game positioning for a lot of teams. There's a lot of like small plateaus that happen over there, a lot of different pathing options. Most teams right now kind of hoping that this just doesn't go into the northeastern area, because that's where we're just going to lose everything in the Impala Fields.
Yeah.
Everything else has the opportunity to support most of the teams.
Yeah, and that southeastern part that you're talking about, in between Puerto Paraiso and Los Leones, is actually kind of fun to play because you actually can keep yourself obscured from those Los Leones mountains pretty well. And so you have a lot of room to maneuver out there. One of my favorite parts of the map to play, because you give yourself really fair fights out with the other teams that are out there. There's a lot of cover to be found to keep yourself obscured from the compounds that are also out in that part of the map. So definitely hoping kind of that it goes that way, to be honest.
Sprinkler fights are fun.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple of shots now as rotations coming in. Begaba way over here into the west. Nobody really around them right now. Noting rotations, we do have Alcatsia. It looks like they did move into Los Leones as well. 17 has kind of moved into that northern crates area of Los Leones. VP and Na'Vi stacked up pretty close to each other. High ground just to the east of Los Leones is going to be controlled by FS. Petrichor Road roaming in just south of Los Leones. Looks like they're going to be eyeing for maybe the position along FS's line. Force is going to be right up on top of them. Back behind a lot of this over into the north. Twisted, not yet inside the safe zone, but playing it a bit slow and steady, trying to figure out how this is going to play out for them, as they are going to be coming down through a field, but nobody's going to be around to really harass, except for maybe Freaks.
And Star-Lord's out on his own there, just ahead of 4 a.m. If they can get a read on that, they might actually be able to find an opportunity, or if they get a lucky knock, Star-Lord would be in a lot of trouble. Here goes Petrichor Road, making this wrap into that part of the map we were just talking about. Some nice hills, some nice cover out here that you can kind of use to make rotations to the north, to the west even. Very doable from this part of the map, so you can spread out a bit, claim some of this territory, look for players that are going to be peeking out in the open, or if somebody tries to drive down a similar rotation path, you're going to have some pretty good sight lines to do some damage.
Uh-oh, Twisted with the BRDM. That's why they're not too afraid of that field, I guess. They are going to be able to cross it pretty easy. Also, a big part of controlling this field is there is a res beacon that's going to be over here, but, I mean, 61 alive, you know that nobody's probably going to be going after it, but it's always kind of good to get control over the more open ones, just in case something bad happens to you, or in case somebody maybe tries to sneak something in there. Free kills are always nice.
Alcatsia has gotten into Los Leones, but they're going to see VP trying to get out of dodge. Corexy, after claiming Delwyn's life.
I don't think this is it.
Oh boy, yeah, you're right. There's 17. That's a different orange team up on that hill.
Those aren't the friends you're looking for. That's the direction you need to go, as now you should be fine. It was just a bit scary for a second.
Yeah, I got a little worried for him for sure, but yeah, A-okay. Emergency pickup actually being popped by Twisted Minds out there. Yep. Ooh,
oh, yes.
That.
The amount of players I just heard go, oh. Okay, so high ground positionings to the north of Los Leones, where we see 17 and VP at, going to be very big. Na'Vi now finds themselves on the outskirts of the circle. Twisted, do you take that emergency pickup, even though it just crosses over the northeastern area? Los Leones is a key component and big for this circle. You have to assume that maybe it's going to try to shift away from it, but we have seen it try to focus in on that very open area just below the E and the O in Los Leones as maybe an in-game position.
Perfectic's actually going to be the only one to grab onto that emergency pickup, just doing a little scouting with it. There's high ground open for Twisted Minds on the outside of Los Leones, something that they are obviously very comfortable with. 17 Gaming going to be somewhat aware of it. The Freaks too going to be seeing that player parachuting in, You're gonna just drive on by. They could make a really wide wrap here. It's phase 3, so you've got enough time that you could chew through some blue to try to find some safety. The problem is there's still so many teams and players alive that there is very little safe to be found.
The western wrap is the safest one into Los Leones because into the east, there's so much gatekeeping that's going to be going on. Vegapul looks like they're going to be trying to sneak in back behind Forest, who already has multiple members in. Four Angry Men, they're going to be a bit more bold, and that's going to put them along the line where Na'Vi is going to be set up. Couple of shots to try to skirt them along that road, but is Four Angry Men going to do a stop right there? We often see it be a decent spot for trying to stop on scouting, but I think that they're worried about harassment. They've also probably spotted out Slam, who's cresting the hill just beside them. Not too many ways that they can go for a stop there. Instead, just got to continue to venture on. And I think that they might be able to play on the opposing side of the hill away from VP as long as VP can't spin it back around with Blue Crux.
Yeah, it can be a little tricky in this part of the map. There are a few dips that are playable where you're not going to overexpose yourself to the teams that are going to be up on the mountains. They're just going to keep going until they feel like there's too much pressure one way or another. It seems like 4AM, they're making a dash for the city. They're going to gamble that maybe this is Los Leones in the finish.
Well, they've got to be careful. They're eyeing a bit more to the north, and that's going to put them into the 17 line. There was an open opportunity, and now they're going to be rolling into a pretty bad angle. Zhao Wu's trying to line it in. Longs takes a lot, but not enough to cause him to explode yet. Runs out away from the buggy, but guess what? More friends and Twisted Minds, of course, on the high ground, causing some harassment into Four Angry Men.
I thought Longs was done. Usually Zhao Wu is good for those. Just couldn't quite get the spray under control. Some smokes are coming down here trying to keep 4AM pinned, but like you mentioned, Twisted Minds, they have some idea and they have the ability to do some damage, so they will of course take that opportunity. 4AM just trying to find some kind of safety.
Bad idea. Let's not do this. Look at how much utility that they had to use for that mistake, though. If they do go back down over here, they should be fine. Yeah, stopping over. There's nobody really over here. Expendables are kind of close. Forest maybe a bit closer to it. Circle just kind of leans in, keeps half of it Los Leones, the other half still in the hills.
Yeah, so you can finish somewhere around that E or S of Los Leones. That's kind of where I'm kind of suspicious, or just on the edge of the eastern side of Los Leones proper, like the actual city. Is Slam. It's their turn to live up to their name, because they're going to have to slam. And it's, oh, that's a Groza in the Expendables hands too.
Oh, just bullies down the door. Doesn't even care. Arctic just jumps out, but big nade going to come out from Glorious, takes him down as well, but that should be reservable. Oh, the follow-ups raining in from the open roof.
Dude, Cloris just sacrificed himself with that grenade to slow up Slam and open up the door for the rest of the Expendables to use their util, and goodbye, Slam.
Your sacrifice was not in vain, Glorious. Petrichor Road kind of hears this going on in the distance, but pretty centered off, just right below the S here, so they're going to be kind of isolated. Oddly enough, nobody really around them anymore.
That's a
pretty sneaky little spot.
You'll take this as Petrichor Road after losing 2 players out in the open early to get into some kind of safety in the middle of the circle. It's better than nothing, that's for sure.
Well, it gives you a path into Los Leones if it goes that way, and you're already in the foothills if it goes hillside. This is actually very heady read coming up from Petrichor Road.
Yeah, the only thing they have to worry about is if somebody were to crash that coming from the east, but actually it might not happen. It just depends kind of on what E-Arena wants to do from their position. Everybody else is kind of going to fight. Begopa, hello.
Just rolls right into the neighborhood. I mean, it's a bit noisy over here, you know, bit of a party going on, but Forest gonna find themselves in some trouble with that one. Now gonna walk back down in the same pathing, and oh, Begopa, why? That's not the stairwell you want to be running down.
Dude, this is not the team you want to be running into. They are just tremendous in their defense. Tanvu and Duckjuice up. I mean, only 4 kills for the Expendables, but man, oh man, have they played this spot very nicely. Akan going to make a go. Duckjuice had a grenade already down there. Unbelievable read.
Almost got caught. You can see he was having to swing the weapon back up. Begopa is eliminated. They just tried to bully their way in and got counter-bullied instead.
God, man, the Expendables, so fun to watch. Oh, out in the open, Hakatori not going to be able to recreate some of that magic from the previous game. Instead, it's Virtus Pro's turn up to bat. They saw their EMEA brethren rocking and rolling, and they want in on the action. Extends, tries to extend into the blue. Grenade out there. That's a Lynx for Nixie. Oh, it just took a, wow, what a bounce. That was huge.
Yeah, I mean, just a little bit more cook on that would have spelled doom. This is right along the northern safe zone, so really can't do much more with it. Correxi's very far to the south away from this one. Other two members for VP right up alongside of where Navi's going to be playing from. Lucarex is going to be a bit more into the east. Remember, Twisted could also spot this out. Circle pops, and that's going to be Corexi up on top of the high ground. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe that was him making the woo sound.
I hope the people at home can hear that, because that's really funny. All the players just letting out a bit of a whoop there with that circle. I think VP's Corexi going to be very, very happy with that circle shift and trying to get the rest of the team over there if they can defend against Na'Vi successfully. Here's a replay. No way, dude. No way.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, you can smile about that one. Okay, so problems in Los Leones as it is going to be Alcadzia, Forest, 4 Angry Men, Mission Ready, Freaks, and TE all racked up on top of each other. Freaks have got to get themselves into the circle, and there is no other way to go but just right into Mission Ready.
Scope out this angle from Baron, man. That's going to be really annoying to deal with because he's got great sight lines into some of those windows, into some of those pathings across the road, too. Vox is like, come at me, bro. I got a Panzerfaust. And he's going to go for the res.
You and my teammate with me.
Yeah.
I dare you.
The Freaks are like, maybe we don't want to fight this unless there's some more knocks, but they don't really have a choice. They're outside of the new circle.
Dude, that Baron angle is just nasty. Oh, Michael's a nasty angle as well as Freaks just can't really fight their way into it. Mission Ready just kind of stuck in this point, and Forest kind of being the ones that are spelling doom for the Freaks because Mission Ready just can't do anything else but stay there.
It's going to take some miraculous grenades. Yeah, there's that Panzer. The Freaks just really don't have much hope at this point. They're trying to smoke off the angles, but now Mission Ready's going to commit. Oh, they're taking damage, though.
I mean, they stepped out. I mean, they wanted to get those kills on the Freaks to secure them. They were a bit worried, I think, for Forest's angle that maybe somebody would try to run out and snag them away. Mission Ready needs any points that they can get because this is starting to look a bit scary for them down at 19 points right now. New contenders up in front of them in Forest have been causing them so much trouble, though.
I'm excited for 4AM in this spot. This is actually a pretty nice position that they've got themselves in. If they can just kind of get something to go, it's been an awful day for them. 9 points, hard to believe with a team that's got some really good players on it. They can't just quite get it to go. Yeah, well, those mortars aren't going to work in that. They gotta get through a window, which I don't know if that's even possible.
We're letting you know that we know you're there.
Yeah.
You stay there and you don't come out.
You can't go outside. It's like when I was a kid and it got too late and I wanted to go play with my friends and my mom's like, nope.
Nope.
You cannot.
You're grounded. You stay in your room, son.
That's right. Oh, that didn't stop me anyway.
Nope. Up to the north, we got Twisted and 17 lined up against each other with a little bit of VP spiced in up on top and that high ground shooting down into him. Alcadzia also kind of close to 17, but Mission Ready still continuing to have problems mount as I think that it is going to be FS that's got vision on to Mission Ready taking shots into them as well as the Expendables.
Well, the smoke cover's nice. I mean, they're getting hit, but it's just random sprays. But Scappy, again, ready for players to come his way, and he's happy to accept it. Another knock for him. Oh, my God, that car almost caught Michael. Oh, boy.
And Michael has no options except for dealing with it. Oh, the shotty goes a bit high, though. Michael manages to avoid just taking that one to the face, runs back away, throws up the shield, and hopes that the smokes are going to be enough.
I love Michael's willingness to just throw this thing down wherever and whenever.
Hey, it works.
Yeah, it does. He got lucky a bit there with that shotgun. He should have been dead by normal circumstances, but just quick thinking here. Maybe might catch him a bit off guard.
Sneaks around back behind him. Does get the knock on a one, but there's so many people around that angle. Explosions galore going down in front of him. Already taking a ton of damage. He's going to go down. Forest managed to win it out, but it did manage to slow down Forest by quite a bit. Finally, it is going to be Petrichor Road going down.
This is huge for Full Sense. That's going to open up a lot of ability to get into this next circle with some safety maybe. If they can get up to one of those hillsides, they could get underneath. VP, a good grenade from Xiaowu. Cowboy tries to go up and over the fence. Doesn't like what he sees. Oh, Xiaowu almost got him.
He wants it. He wants it so bad. He might want it a bit too much. As that is going to be Cowboy. Does get the knock onto him at half-life, though. What is 17 even going to try to do? He's going for some jump shots. Cowboy's not done yet.
By the way, I think that stun that hit Xiaowu might have been somebody else's. That was a great maneuver from Batulins. He dodges the Panzer by seat swapping. They're going to lose the BRDM. But what on the fly thinking?
Okay, so Twisted still alive, but have to be careful because they have VP that are up on top of him. It looks like Alcazia is running back to see if they can get their reses back into order. Down to the south, Forrest has still managed to move in, gotten very close into where 4 Angry Men are going to be at. The Expendables still alive down to the due south. FS in control over into the east, and VP is starting to feel like maybe they've got control over most of the circle.
So now we get a almost Los Leones finish to close out this day.
Hey, it's got the NES in it. So
that's true, that's true.
How much more Los Leones can you get? Just because it's not in the city.
Yeah. But it's good enough. I'll take it. Alcazia, man. Cowboy there. I want to say, I think that stun that came out might have been from 17, like their own team. Like, I think they might have team flashed there, but have to go back and watch that again. It's Twisted. More work to do. And they're going to throw Perfectix out there. Cowboy gets a spot of it, but actually takes the worst end of that damage.
I mean, Twisted's got multiple members lined in. They can't peek any other angle due to where VP set up, so they're just focused in on Alcazia. Forrest has been kind of roaming around, picking up kills. They're not done. This is kind of working out for them. They're finding a lot of ways to exploit this through where a lot of teams are trying to just lean into defense. Forrest has just kind of been more on the hunt. New Circle has popped, and it has now moved out of Los Leones right onto the tail end of the E and the S. And there you go. Forrest still not done. More kills to be had.
That's a brutal way to finish the day for 4 a.m. They had the defendable position. Yeah, here you go. The Expendables letting loose with the throwables. That's a good one.
Oh!
My word, the Expendables are outrageous.
All right, that buys them way more movement. It was going to be pretty scary for them, but now they've got control of most of the southern area. Alcazia cited the fact that they want to try to sneak out and had to deal with the same problem that Twisted did, which is going to be VP's high ground. Nixie most notoriously.
Well, that is a nice blue zone. It at least removes example.
What do you do?
Yeah, Twisted is in a horrible position now, but the fact that they're even into this top 5 is pretty nice. Only 1 kill, whatever. You're still going to end the day with plenty of points to feel comfortable about getting into that grand finals. Meanwhile, the Expendables, 9 kills between Tanvu and Duck Juice.
Okay, this is going to be interesting to see how the Expendables opt into trying to play away from this.
No way. That went through the window.
Nice. Alcazia, the Expendables, and Twisted all have to get into the circle and all have to deal with VP's high ground.
There has been some just bananas stuff going on today. That grenade onto Petrichor Road earlier was just so dumb. The timing on that was incredible. Yeah, this should be the end of Twisted. What in the world, Perfectix?
Perfectix not going to go quietly into the night. He wants to see if maybe he can open up an opportunity. Batulins, can you creep in, steal away some more points? The Expendables, eyes onto Alcazia. Here come the throwables on one side of it. Let's not forget about FS playing the lower section of it, and Tanvu lines in the nade right on top. Cowboy, that's going to leave Roth, the last one up, out inside the blue, and he's taken a ton of damage. Probably not too long for this world either.
Yeah, they're just assuming that he was inside of that building. Grenade up on top, 25 damage into Nixie. Batulins, though, Perfectix knock probably allowed him to get to this spot, get further into this game potentially, because now the Expendables have to make their way forward. They're trying to find a timing while everybody's busy. Too bad, so sad. Nixie puts down Duck Juice.
Okay, the distraction could happen to allow the Expendables to sneak into this. FS peeks in back behind. Batulins on the other side of it. Tanvu lined up. These guys were enemies a moment ago, but now rallying together to try to take on VP in the high ground. FS just walks right into VP, and they do not care. VP defends it up well.
VP should be looking towards a chicken dinner. Tanvu able to still be alive. He took down Batu again. 1v1, has a Groza, throwing some stuns up. Nixie's taking damage. This is tough now for VP. They're getting lit up.
There's just enemies everywhere. Every single peak just getting punished time and time again. Belmont's taking control over the center. There we go. VP does manage to take down Tanvu, so that means it's going to be Belmont and Thanadol for FS lined up against the high ground VP, but circle control, center dot, leaning into FS's favor while it is still multiple members for VP up.
Yeah, and there's some level 3 stuff there for FS. You got that FAMAS. Thanadol. Just got to watch the angles, kind of tee up Belmont, try to get the info on when VP makes their move. I assume this is going to kind of take a pause here. I mean, Phase 9 not in play just yet. Will be very, very shortly. And VP has the high ground, and they're going to want to look to hope that, you know, FS makes a mistake somewhere, over-peak something, and then they can really commit to the fight. They have the numbers advantage, but you don't want to give up those freebies. There's a lot of angles that you're going to have to clear on the way down, so they're going to use some of that cover as well to give them a little bit of extra oomph in these pushes.
Remember, VP's been fighting over here for a long time. Watch the Dorito Belmont. It wants you.
No
it's
way.
chasing after you. Okay, everything's fine. But now look at Belmont's angle on anybody that goes for those Doritos for safety. Oh man, that is scary, scary stuff. The Anadol almost feels like he's back here throwing down smokes for baits and distractions to try to lure VP into an angle that could open up, but they're not taking the bait. You can see that VP is wrapping around, instead trying to sneak behind Thanadol, leaving Belmont all by his lonesome.
This is so smart from VP. This should make things very difficult, unless you're going to see some crazy gun out plays from Full Sense. Doable, but they know that Thanadol's out there, and they want to eliminate him, and then they can deal with the Belmoth problem after that. Grenade, just a little bit on the Corexy. Nothing else to write home about. And VP, let's see what they can do. I don't know if they're going to see Belmoth just yet. Are they going to realize he's hidden behind that emergency cover?
Thanadol's in such a hard spot to play from because he can't step away from this if any nades come rain down after him. Belmoth now using the cover. Nixie's going to come up back behind him. Really crazy right now that we can see anybody from FS holding it together. Belmoth finally does go down. The crossfire so strong. There's just too many members for VP. Tries to go after it. Can't get anything back, but it is going to be Virtus Pro taking the last game of the day.
Yeah, really nice hold here for Virtus Pro.
How many kills?
Acting a
They come out with a good grand finals. Like, what do you expectations? And that first
number one, Full Sense, 53 points. It's definitely a success for them alongside Expendables.
So 54 points for the day is pretty good. Pretty good day.
A lot closer than I expected, going all the way down, even down to 11th place. So lots of opportunities for teams to jump up. Nobody really knocked out of it yet, besides maybe 4 Angry Men going to be on the struggle bus when they go into their second day of play.
Definitely. And here is our maps for tomorrow, our same rotation.
I like Rello's attitude towards that whole thing, the idea of one step at a time.
All right. Bye, TikTok. All right, goodbye, Twitch. See y'all next time. I appreciate y'all coming by.